What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Adrian here from Adrian Mateo Drones. How's everybody doing? I'm excited. I am back here doing another stream. Hope everybody's having a good day, weekend, evening, all of the above. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not at home, so you can tell that I actually have better internet today. You see here. I did went ahead and send the emails to a lot of you guys already, so check your email if you want to go ahead and come on in and join. Jody, how you doing, buddy? Mr. Drone Shots, thank you so much for coming in, sir. I really appreciate the love and support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't really been that active on YouTube lately either, like making videos or what's not. The weather have not been very cooperative here in the state of Florida. There's been a lot of storming, raining every single day, so haven't been posting no videos either. Hey, Jody Jordan Shots, how you doing, buddy? Hey, man, you always faithfully always in the chat. I would love to have you in the in my panel as well, Jody Jordan Shots. I love to have you here, man. How you doing, Night Train, Mr. Michael Lane? Sorry about that, Mike, Big Mike. I did not send you your email, but it's actually gonna be on its way to you right now. Happy Father's Day to you too, man. How you doing, Big Mike, Mr. GF4 Drone and Tech Guy? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you for the love and support. Let me go ahead and send you guys. Hello, Dorothy Agrijat. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate you. Let me go ahead and send this email. Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Lane? Let me find you right here. Boom. Hey, Mike Night Train, your email is on its way to you right now, man. If you want to go ahead and come and join. There it is. Email has been sent to you, buddy. Hey, Mike, GF1 Drone Tech Guy, if you want to go ahead and join, let me know and I'll send you your link as well, man. Thank you, Dorothy Agijat. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the Father's Day wishes. How you doing, Mike Roach Media? Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Happy Father's Day to you too, Big Mike and GF4 Drone Tech Guy. Thank you so much, sir. Hey, Jody, aka Drone Shots. My email is in the chat if you want to go ahead and send me an email. And let me know if you could go ahead and join. You know what? Go ahead and send me one, bro. I'll definitely send you one right now, Mike GF100 Tech Guy. You haven't been here in a minute, sir. Would love to have you, man. Okay. I mean, if you can wait, there it is. I think I just screwed that up, Big Mike. Your email is in the. I just sent you your email, Mike GF4 Drone and Tech Guy. I just sent it to you, sir. If you want to go ahead and join. I'm sorry, I'm just sending a couple of emails, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see here. Boom, boom. Paste. Boom. Mike, I just sent you your email, man. Your email has been sent to you. All right. So I do want to go ahead and start by wishing all your fathers a happy Father's Day. I know that being a father is a very, very hard job. I know because I'm one and it's very difficult being one. Let me see here. I think this is not right. So I think I need to change that. Sorry, fellas, I'm just doing so much at the same time. Give me 1 minute. Um, okay. Boom. Let me do that. Log in. Log in. Mine. So I've been hearing some noise about the Mavic, the DJI Mavic 3. Has any of you guys heard anything about that? And if you have, please feel free to go ahead and let us know what you've heard. If that's really true, is it real? Because I've been hearing crap about it, rumors, but sometimes the rumors are not true. They just what they are, rumors. Let's see here. Boom. Let me click on that. Deals. Nope. No. Damn it. Okay. Still nobody in the green room. Just waiting for anybody to join. So yeah, let me actually go ahead and pull up some information about the so-called DJI 3. Let me see if that's really true. I want to see the pictures of it. Okay. DJI Mavic 3. They even have a link already. So DJI Mavic 3 Pro release is coming soon. It still looks like the Mavic 2 Pro with a Hasselblad camera, according to what I'm seeing on dronedj.com. I don't know if that's true or not. So I don't know. They only have a couple of pictures. Nothing really fancy does actually give you guys like a big description of it. So I don't know if that's really true or not. So I'm just going to call that BS for now. Thank you, Zach. I really appreciate you for the Father's Day wishes. Thank you so much. Here you go. Okay, so going back to the comments. Boom. Boom. Come on, comments. Let's go. I'm almost set up, bro. Of course, my GF1 Journal Take God. Take your time, and I'll be here. I'm not going nowhere yet. Let me see if I find any other pictures of this Mavic 3. Then it said that the DJI Mavic 3 Pro was supposed to be released in 2020. We are in 2021, so I haven't seen nothing yet. Let me click on this real quick. Nope, just a bunch of BS. Nothing there. Just a bunch of freaking rumors. Nothing solid. I want to see pictures of it. No pictures yet. So, whatever. So, we're going to go ahead and talk about our drone news. Again, happy Father's Day to all you fellas out here, the good daddies that we have out here. Also, we're going to go ahead and have our free fall Saturday like we always do. Always enjoy that with you guys. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay. All right. Back here. So I'm still enjoying my DJI FPV drone. That thing is a beast. I'm loving it. I was actually on the art show a little while ago talking to Chuck from Chuck of Action, and he been saying that he has been flying it, but not that much. Hey, Justin, how you doing, buddy? Jones 863. Thank you so much for coming in, man. Yeah, the internet is better here where I'm at. I'm actually using the camera on my Apple computer, so it's not the greatest, but it looks good enough. Also, Justin, your link is in in your email if you want to go ahead and join, buddy. Let me see. Make sure that is on 1080. Yep, it is on 1080. Audio. Excuse me. Everything seems to be working good. Okay. Default. I think I like it bubble like that. That's fine. Let me see something here about a little video clip. See if I have anything to play for you guys. Let's go to recent. The file is too large. Oh, okay. Damn it. That sucks. That's fine, Justin. I really appreciate you anyway, man. Happy Father's Day, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in. How you doing, Jim's Droning? Happy Father's Day to you too as well, sir. Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. Hey, Drone Shots, Jody. I don't know if you have emailed me yet, but if you want to go and jump in to the panel, which I would love to have you, buddy, send me an email. I do have the email on the chat, so I mean, hey man, I could do that every day, all day. Thank you, Jim Jordan. You just put a smile on my face, buddy. Robert S., how you doing, bro? Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Hey, Adrian, my brother. I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day, and I hope you and your family are doing well. Yes, sir. We're doing pretty good. Thank you so much for the love and support. Happy Father's Day to you too, Mr. Robert S. Hey, James Drone, if you want to go ahead and join in, sir, I would love to have you in the panel as well if you have a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the chat again. There it is right there. No cam at the moment. I am on my server. That's fine, Jody. I understand, sir. And we have my buddy, Mr. Lon Denard in the house. Let me go ahead and bring him on in.
What up?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
How you doing, Mr. Miko Steve? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in, Miko Steve. Really appreciate you, sir. Is that black thing on the hat? Is that the part of the hat, or is that like a headset? Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought it was a headset. Like the
Dirt.
So what's going on, Mr. Denard?
Nothing. I finally finished my motorcycle, so
you got it up.
About that.
Running.
Yep. I just completed the body kit. I got a new battery coming Monday, and a couple odds and ends. But other than that, I rode it home just so I could hurry up and get here for your live stream. But
so it's still running pretty good then.
Yeah, well, I had to work on it. I had to work on the fuel injection system, and just some small stuff. Nothing major. I had an oil leak, so I fixed that. Just some small stuff. Rewired the headlights, the turning signals, and the tail light. I had to rewire all that. They had it all hacked up.
Did you do it yourself, or did you have somebody do it for you?
I did it.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sound like you're pretty handy with some stuff, with some tools, man.
Yeah. I fix shit for a living, so that's what I do. That's what I do is fix stuff. So it comes pretty easy.
Yeah. I hear you. Like you try to fix the freaking toilet in the goddamn the hotel.
Yeah.
You fixed it, maybe not to their liking, but you made it work.
Yeah. I made it work. Well, they had the wrong parts, man. You went in there and beasted that thing. You went in there, this turbo flush, and broke it.
I think I put a little bit too much elbow grease when I push it down, and the thing just went to shit.
Yeah, you were kicking it in there. I know you were. You're in there. I don't want to touch that handle.
Probably.
Get in with your foot.
Probably did. I probably freaking did. You just never know.
You never know.
Going in there like a freaking monster.
Adrian's a beast. Y'all don't know it. You think he's like this little dude, but he's really like 275 pounds, and he's like 6'8". He's got hands like lunch boxes and shit. Adrian's a big old dude, man.
Yeah, now you're making shit up now.
He looks like the Hulk when he takes his shirt off. It's like, oh, it's crazy.
Now you're really making shit up.
Did you fly today?
No, because unfortunately, I actually left my drone at home thinking that it was going to rain here, but it never rained. So I didn't even bring it with me, which it pissed me off because I wanted to fly today.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, me too. I want to fly the FPV because I'm still trying to get my rates right, and but I got all engrossed in this motorcycle, and I literally just put the last little piece on just now. I mean, literally put the last little piece on, jumped on it, and rode here and turned on my camera. I've been working on it all day, but.
How you doing, Army boy? Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. Really appreciate you, man. But yeah, man, like I told you on the phone the other day, man, I'm quick to go ahead and pick up that FPV drone before I pick up all the other one. Now, don't get me wrong, I do fly them all, but when it comes to that FPV one, is like just a lot easier for me to just pick it up and just start, going somewhere with it.
Right.
A lot of people post videos when they come like cinematic videos with the DJI FPV, The cinematic one, they look all right, but they don't look as good as the Mavic 2 Pro with the axle with 3 axle camera. That looks much better. With the FPV one, you get all that. You know what I mean? It does not look cinematic.
Yeah, the jitter. I mean, some people like that look, but I just fly the FPV drone for fun. I don't even consider I don't even care about the footage, to tell you the truth. If I forgot to record, I wouldn't even be mad. For real. Unless something happened. Then I'd be mad. But I don't even do anything with the footage half the time. Half the time I download it and never even touch it. I got gigs and gigs and gigs of FPV drone footage that I've never done anything with. Edited, downloaded, nothing. I downloaded it to my hard drive and it sits sitting there.
Yeah. I do the same. There's I remember that you're the one that actually kind of show me how to do the auto record, like once you take off, you know what I mean? With that one, I do have it on, but sometimes I don't want to record nothing. I just want to fly and just have some fun.
Right.
Like I told you the other day too, like going on my property, like I have a lot of trees. And I'm going through freaking little gaps about, this big, just zooming through. Like I'm really getting used to, you know what I mean, flying it. And
right.
A couple of times I would like that close to crashing it and turning it into shit. But I didn't, you know what I mean? But at least I didn't panic, sometimes you panic, and that's when you mess up. I stay, calm, you know what I mean? And I went right through, no problem.
That's why the practice comes in. And that's why I keep trying to tell a lot of people, that they're always so worried about the next drone and whatnot. They need to learn to fly the drones they got. You know what I mean? Because you look at their videos, they look like they just took it out of the box half the time. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for buttons and they're like, oh, I think the record button's here. Oh, maybe this button's over here. And they're jerk, jerk, jerk. And you're like, and all you can talk about is the next drone. You can't fly the drone you got with the damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Well, I guess that's what, some people do. Again, a lot of people have videos, cinematic video with a DJI FPV drone. Then when you look at it, that shit don't look no fucking cinematic. You know what I mean? I mean, it looks good. It looks cool. But when you're talking cinematic, like we want to see that nice, smooth, you know what I mean? Fly where you go over something or like you go like on a mountain and when you finally reveal what's behind the mountain, you know what I mean? But with doing all this shit right here and then you on the flip on the road, that's not cinematic, bro. I'm sorry.
No,
it's not.
No, it's cool and shit, but it's not.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's not cinematic though. Not my opinion, anyway.
I don't know if that's like a gotcha moment when it comes to people saying cinematic, just to kind of get you to click on it and and watch it. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's cinematic at all. Like I said, it looks good. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it is a bad shot, but when you say
impressive,
of course, doing the loopy loop and all that crap. Like I did freaking loops and rolls with my flying manual with my drone already. I was scared to do it. But I already did it, you know what I mean? But I'm not too crazy about it either because I don't want to crash it and, burn the hell out of it. I do want to welcome Thomas Ariel. How you doing, Thomas Ariel? Thank you so much for coming in.
Olé.
Sandra Boyd, thank you so much for coming in. And we have my boy in the background who have not been on my stream in a while, actually. Look at he's actually home. My boy, Mr. Mike. GFO Jordan Take Guy. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Haven't seen you in a hot minute, man.
Man, I've been working so many hours.
I hear you, man.
It's been ridiculous.
So I got a question for you, Sandra Boyd. What drone were you flying 2 weeks ago? And how the hell did you crash, by the way? If you don't mind letting us know that, I really want to let me see.
Spins in a circle all over the ground. That probably means your props are on backwards or one of the motors isn't kicking up right and it's not getting lift.
It got to be something. What drone are you talking about, Sandra? Which one? Is it the FPV one? And then if it won't take off, it's spinning, then yeah, it got to. You remember that when I did that stupid move with my Mavic Mini where I had the props in the wrong spot, it won't take over. We just making noise. That's probably what it is. Gotta be.
She got some problem with one of her props, probably.
Maybe got one of the
It flew before she crashed, I would assume, right? So then she crashed it. She's probably got a motor problem or a prop problem. A bent prop will cause that and make it turn around and make it fly in circles because the prop's jacked up.
Yep.
Okay. Sky Rider Raven. Have you anybody heard of that drone before?
Nope. I'm gonna Google it though.
Oh, Sex Pistols. I saw them in concert. That's how old I am. Her name thinks that she's got a picture of a Sex Pistols poster.
Adrian, you really need to bend the peak of your hat. No, man. Hell no. I like it the way it is. Tom with aerials. No, sir. Leave it just like that right there.
Okay, so let me see if I can pull this up.
If you can, go ahead and share that with us, Big Mike. I want to see
I'm gonna
that.
pull it up on my actual laptop now that I found it and I know what I'm looking for.
Okay. You see, Sky. That must have been a mad concert line.
Yeah, Sully. It was Sex Pistols and like 4 other groups just like them. It was crazy.
Skyrider Raven. It look like they have several. I even see one.
I'm pulling it up.
I see one that say like Skyrider Eagle 3 Pro, whatever that means.
This is a Skyrider Raven foldable drone with GPS and Wi-Fi camera. So it's sold by Walmart.
I knew it. I knew it. I was just sitting there thinking that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I was thinking Walmart.
Yeah.
See, to go off on a tangent, but that's my point about the Mini SE. You know, people are sleeping on it. I don't think any of us are going to buy it, right? Nobody that's been flying for a while. But the idea that people don't walk into Walmart and buy drones off the shelf, Sandra proves that right there. See, you know?
Here's what it is. It's a mini foldable, so it kind of, I guess, is DJI Mini-ish, you know?
Like a Tello.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of looks like a Tello, but the Tello doesn't fold, does it?
No.
No.
Okay, so this one folds, unlike the Tello. Let's see. Here's a top view, front view. There's the gimbal on the camera just goes up and down, apparently. Did she have the prop guards on it? That's one thing I'd want to know.
How you doing, Mr. Tim Jackson? How you
Probably
doing?
probably just got away from her. That's the problem with some of these, you know, no offense, some of these budget drones. They just
the
just
GPS on
overboard.
them is just not trying to be mean, but the GPS on them just isn't that good.
And I think it's Wi-Fi, right, Mike?
Let's see.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Trust me.
Foldable
I'm surprised it has
video, smartphone
Wi-Fi,
controls.
right there, right there. It says Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Go to the other side a little bit. Yeah, right there. Next to the GPS, right there. Wi-Fi, real-time video, and photos.
So you got about a what? 300 yard.
Well, yeah, you're flying it with your phone.
And you know what? Like, okay. So my second drone, and I thought I was doing something because I was really new to this at the time. My second drone was a GPS Shadow Mark or a Pro Mark Shadow drone sold by Walmart. It was about $150 drone. But once again, like all these other drones that you get from Walmart, it's got the fisheye lens on it. So your picture's all blown out.
Right.
And then there's no stabilization on the camera. So every little move you make, your video's starting to do this.
Okay. And I wonder if you also get some Jello with that too.
Oh God, you get Jello like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
The whole video is Jello.
I do want to
And
welcome. Give me one
I
second. Give me
the
one
whole
second.
reason I got into drones was for cinematic footage of my outdoor stuff and stuff like that. And it was so jello that I didn't even want to use the footage.
Yeah. Hey, I do want to welcome again Tim Jackson. Thank you so much for coming in.
What's up, Tim?
Hey Tim, your link is in your email if you want to come on in. Brent Nuntley, how you doing, Chief? Thank you so much for coming in, bud. I really appreciate your love and support, man. And Lon, this is a question for you from Sandra Boyd.
Yeah, I answered it in the comments.
Oh, okay.
That's a song. That's a song from the Sex Pistols, "Anarchy in the UK."
And also,
I can do a little concert for you guys. "Anarchy in the UK."
also, hey Tim Jackson, when it comes to your DJI Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, how do you like that big old thing? It looks nice. I've seen it before. I'm actually interested in getting one too.
I would love to have one of those, but the main problem with me getting one is most of the time when I'm out shooting stuff, I'm backpacking. And trying to carry that with me is just going to be a pain in the ass.
It's huge. It's big.
Because I've heard nothing but amazing things about the camera on there. Like, it's got a hell of a camera on it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that P4 B2.0 has a 1-inch sensor, I believe.
Exactly.
Right, with a global shutter. It has mechanical shutter and all that.
You can adjust the ISO. It does everything that the camera that I'm using to do my live stream does. Does everything.
This was a question for you, Lon, from Thomas Sullivan, aka Thomas Ariel. Where is it at? Hold on. Where the hell did it go? Right here.
Well, the zoom, the sensor on the Air 2S is superior to the zoom. It's not even the same thing. The camera on the Air 2S is close to the camera on the M2 Pro. If it was other than aperture, other than adjustable aperture, the Air 2S has a better camera than the Mavic 2 Pro. Really, it's newer, it has more shooting modes. It's just a better situation, and it flies different. I don't know if it flies better, but it's definitely a different experience. The Mavic 2 platform I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's a great platform, but
okay, since I've been out of the loop for a little while, got a question for you guys. The brand new Air 2S and the Mavic 2 Pro, how much are they different size-wise?
The size is probably about that much.
Yeah, about 25% smaller, would you say, Adrian, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Does that affect the stability if it's a little windy?
No.
Not in all the tests I've seen in my experience, no.
No, okay. That thing is a beast, Mike. In matter of fact, Lon has it. He got that damn drone, and he said he loves it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of throwing back and forth whether I want to wait to see what they're going to do with a 3 and just upgrade to a 3 or go with a Air 2.
The 3 is going to be 2 to 2.5 times more money.
Yeah.
It's going to be the minimum of double the money of the Air 2S. So, it's your call. But they're talking everybody's talking mad crap about it. It's going to be micro four thirds, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be that. And it might be, but it's going to be a $2,000 drone.
Because once again, I will be using this for, I know last time I was in here, I talked to Adrian, kind of got set back on my timeline with some stuff that I've had going on. I was going for my 107 because I have some opportunities to do some work for an independent film company. So
It
Yeah.
depends. What are they after? Because you can shoot 5.4K with the Air 2S.
Yeah, true.
Well, that's a higher resolution than the Mavic 2 Pro will do. Okay, right off the bat.
Yeah.
The camera, as far as the pictures go, will be similar. Although I think the color science on the Mavic 2 Pro is better, but it uses Hasselblad color science. But if you're not a huge colorist, most people I know with the Mavic 2 Pro have never even opened the stupid focus editing software, which is Hasselblad's editing software. So the people talk about it. Ooh, Hasselblad color science. Oh, really? Are you using focus? Huh? What's that? It's the Hasselblad program you got to use to get the Hasselblad color science. And they're all like, oh.
Let me go.
That's the problem with a lot of these different drone channels, and I'm not talking shit on them at all, but they shoot the video and then they don't really spend the time editing it.
Exactly. Or they don't spend any time with the drone.
Yeah.
Or they don't.
When I first bought my drone, I'm still flying the Mavic 1 Pro. Love the thing because it does what I needed to do right now. I've gotten some amazing footage off of it. Adrian, that last real video I shot of that abandoned housing project, dude, I still get comments on that thing all the damn time. I mean, that just the coloring and the way it turned out, and I shot it at golden hour. It worked perfect. So, I mean, I'm still getting amazing footage from that. And that's actually, that video is what got me the opportunity to do some stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've had so much going on with work and home and.
Yeah.
See, now that's the thing, though. When you move up in equipment, it opens up the opportunities. Like when you're the Mavic Pro, because I had Mavic Pro. In fact, if you want the indoor baskets, I got them. Those baskets where you can fly it around trees and indoors and stuff. I have them. They were like $200. But anyway, when you have like a Mavic Pro, let's say, if you shoot at the perfect golden hour with the perfect lighting and you got everything set up right, you're gonna get amazing footage. But if everything isn't just right, right? But when you have like a Mavic 2 Pro, you have more adjustment, you have more room.
Yeah.
To, maybe you don't have to fly at 7. Maybe you can start flying at 6 because that's a variable aperture. You know what I mean? And it has a bigger sensor, and you can fly later because of the bigger sensor, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You got more room. You got 10-bit color.
I'm big into cameras, so I understand what you're saying there.
Right.
You
got a wider, You have
I shoot night photography with because I'm running, instead of a webcam, I'm running a Canon SL2. Mm-hmm. That's my webcam. That's why my picture's so clear. I've got all these crazy settings on there. I've shot moon shots and starry night settings and freaking use light cubes to light paint stuff for backdrops of night skies and all the shit that people try to do and fail with it a lot of the times. But that's with knowing your cameras and knowing how to use them. Like you said, you got to know how to adjust all that stuff to bring it together to get that perfect picture.
If you're going to fly around in auto all the time, just skate on down to Walmart or Best Buy, buy you a Mini 2 and shut up and fly it around, get you some footage and go on with your, and be happy. You know what I mean? These guys will buy Phantom 4 Pros and Inspires almost. They'll buy like Mavic 2 Pros and then fly it around in auto the whole time. It's like,
Let me, Adrian, let me show Lon that video I was talking about.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me go and welcome a couple of people. Are you queuing that up? Let me welcome a couple of people here. I do want to welcome Mr. Bill from Coast to Coast Drones. How you doing, buddy? Mr. AZ Drone Dude. We also got Mr. JSK Enterprise. Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. We also have, who else? Did I miss anybody else? Robert Glazier. How you doing, Chief? Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. Appreciate the love and support. And that is pretty much it. So whenever you're ready, let me know. We got our boy Brad Alston. How you doing, buddy? Brad Alston, River City RVA. Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Whenever you're ready. Let me know and I'll cue you in.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up real quick.
If it's gonna have any copyright music, you already know to go ahead and mute that for me.
Well, actually, this is copyright free.
Okay.
Because you use Filmora.
Yes, I do.
Let me pause it and get it back to the beginning. I just had to bring up the thing real quick so I had decent.
Yeah, the even the Spark still give you good freaking footage.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can also dial up the
you know what? I'm not going to share the audio just so we can talk while it's playing.
Yeah, that's fine. And again, even with the Spark, you could go ahead and dial that up to 4K and still get some great freaking, great video.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on 1 second, because I know that hey Mike, Night Train, again, your link is in the email if you want to join. I am even like Matt for Northeast Drones. He makes some great video with the freaking Spark, and he dialed that thing up to 4K, and it looks freaking amazing, man. I do want to welcome Bob Casey. How you doing, buddy? Mr. Ray Kelly, thank you so much for coming in, sir. Appreciate you, and let me go ahead and bring you in now. There you go. Got the whole screen. Oh, let me take that off. There you go. That's the one with the Mavic 2, with the Mavic Pro, right?
Yeah, this is the Mavic Pro. And like I said, this is the video I've got the most reactions on. I'll tell you what, this video looks amazing on my 4K TV.
I bet it does. It looks good right now.
And I mean, you just, like I said, you just got to get off of shooting in automatic.
How far were you from right there where you were flying? From your takeoff? How were you?
I'm probably about 3/4 of a mile away.
Okay.
Because this is out behind my house. There's nothing. This is the Okefenokee Swamp. Like, if you go further out, that's a swamp. There's nothing back there for hundreds of miles. So I know I'm not flying over anything or anybody or.
I'm assuming that thing is probably just, they got gators everywhere, probably in there.
If you look in the pond, you can see the marks like through the algae where the gators were moving.
Yeah, a lot of times it's all about location. And you were fucking shooting there. Sorry, Adrian. You were shooting in a Decentilike, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You probably knocked the sharpen down by, because DJI used to over sharpen really bad. So if you change it, you knock the sharpening down by 1 or maybe 2 and, hit your exposure value. Yeah, you did a really good job, though, as far as your color grade.
I touched up the color just a little bit in Filmora, not a whole lot, because I didn't want to make it look fake.
Right.
But there probably is 1 or 2 where it kind of does look a little fake.
Hey, Ray Kelly, I did send you a link in your email if you want to go ahead and join, buddy.
I think I bumped up the color a little too much in here, but I wanted that algae to pop.
I think you did pop it up a little bit. It looks good though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it looks fine.
You could tell the tree just looked too green. You see what I mean? But it looks good.
Honestly, though, it was really green because of the way the light was hitting it.
Right.
Yeah.
If you'd had a polarizing filter on there.
I did.
I thought you did. but when you said you bumped it up to make it green, because the polarized filter will make it greener too. It'll bring out the greens and blues too. Polarized.
Yeah. But like I said, when I bumped it up, I barely bumped it up at all. But that I was running like an ND8 on it.
Right. Well, yeah, the polarizer on there, so that'll make the colors, the greens and blues, stand out more anyway.
But yeah, I was just all about that smooth, slow flight. Didn't want a whole lot of fast movements, to get that real cinematic feel to it.
Yeah, herky jerky bull crap. Yeah.
Well, you did a good job, Mike. That looks good.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is still the Mavic Pro.
Right.
So everyone, the Mavic Pro, that's outdated. Well, look at the footage and then tell me that again.
Let me go ahead and bring my boy, Mr. Captain Ray Kelly, is in the background. How you doing, Mr. Ray Kelly?
Good, Adrian. How you doing? Hey, Lon. How you doing, Mike?
And then this was when it was starting to get a little dark. This is when an adjustable I/O would have been nice.
Yeah, bigger sensor too.
Yeah.
This is where the Mavic 2 Pro will actually blow that out of the park.
But
here you
again, I kind of like it being a little dark because it gives it that spooky vibe.
It does. I give you that.
Because
the way you're looking down right there, where you're flying, that looks good.
Yeah, because it's an abandoned house, so I wanted that spooky feel to it.
Is that your house?
I wish it was. So this house, they actually offered $2.2 million for this house and property, and the family turned it down.
Okay.
Were they gonna strike oil or something? What the hell are they thinking?
Well, here I'll close this out and then I'll explain it. So with this house, the family had a concrete company, had a shitload of money. They bought this property and built that house to be actually the clubhouse for a development project. In the early 2000s, when the housing market crashed, they canned the whole development project.
Right.
So it's sat abandoned since probably about 2007.
Right.
That's in
full of that.
house? Wow.
Yeah, that thing was huge. And unfortunately, back then, if you actually go up to the house and get down close in, which I couldn't do because as soon as I started dropping below the trees, I started losing signal. So I couldn't get as close as I wanted. But there's graffiti all over it. There's pentagrams spray painted everywhere. They were back there doing some kind of rituals or something.
Yeah.
You do a lot of fishing in this one? Do you?
Actually, nobody can get back to that area to go fishing in there. I'd love to.
Oh, okay.
All the roads that go back to it, they put gates over it because in the beginning of that video, that big solar field out there is connected to that property. So you can't get back in there.
So Lon, you've been flying up there, up by you?
Yeah. I flew yesterday. I would have flown PAX today, but I'm finally finished rebuilding my motorcycle that I got back. So
Okay, cool.
it's been a debacle for sure, but it's almost over. So that's positive anyway.
How are you, Art McGregor? Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. Really appreciate you, man. What about you, Ray Kelly? What about you on your Air 2S? How is that treating you?
Well, I love it. It's right here, but I haven't been flying it this week. Just too windy and too busy. And today I should have flew it, but I had a koi club meeting today. So just not enough time, you know.
I hear you, man. I'm the same way. I do wanna
And I'm retired.
fly a little bit more. Ray Kelly, unfortunately, here in Florida now with the storm. I don't know about over there in Georgia, Mike, but we getting storm every freaking day, man.
Every single day, it's been nasty.
Every day just storming. And I don't mean like a little bit of rain. We even had a freaking a hailstorm where there were hail coming out like the size of a freaking golf ball that it
Wow.
made damages places that I'm glad that it didn't get close to my truck, because that would have been horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he moved to Florida, and the first year he moved there, he got hit with a bad hailstorm. It damaged his vehicle, his car. He had a Honda CRV at the time, and it damaged his screen room of his manufactured home.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, he was telling me about that hail. It's bad.
Yeah, we get that here too. It's a mess.
I mean, it gets pretty bad, and then so yeah. And today, I'm not today, since last night, I'm actually over here by my girlfriend's house. And according to the weather, it was supposed to rain and storm, so I actually left my drones at the house. Well, today it's been cloudy, look nasty, but not rain.
Yeah.
So I was telling my girlfriend that I'm gonna have to have a little powwow meeting with the man above to let me know, hey, you told me it was gonna rain.
We're
where's the rain?
Hurricane coming through, Adrian.
Yes, I know, yeah.
But that's going to be over more toward Louisiana and then come up across Georgia.
I know, man. I just hope that we don't get anything bad. It's been a blessing where we have literally dodged the bullet for a while. You know what I mean? With any bad storm, you know what I mean? But you just never know.
The bad part about that is, though, we dodge that bullet for how long, and then we get one.
Yeah.
Hey, Jody, how you doing?
How you doing, brother? JSK Enterprise. Thank you so much for coming in.
How you doing, Mike? How you training?
It's been a while since we had anything, but like you said, you know what I mean? You just never know when we're going to get something.
Here you go, Adrian. Here's a picture I shot the other day.
You going to cue it in?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I just did like a HDR shot on it.
With your phone, the camera, what, a drone?
With my drone.
With the Pro? You only got that one, right? The Pro?
Yeah. Did an HDR shot. That was when it was finally starting to clear up a little bit.
Damn, that looks good, man.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, I was playing with the HDR shooting mode on it, and that's what came out of it. So I was pretty happy with it. That's about the only flying I've done lately, honestly. I'm working 90 plus hours a week or every couple of weeks at work. And then on top of that, we had the funeral last week. So,
yeah. Adrian, I did fly last week. I don't know if you saw this photo, but I was up at Cedar Beach here, and I flew the drone from my kayak.
Oh, really?
I hand launched it from the kayak.
You posted a video on that, right?
Yeah, I made a little video about it. Yeah.
I caught a couple minutes of it, but didn't get to watch the whole thing.
But it was fun, nerve-wracking, first time I did it. But it was a success. I didn't end up in the water, so it was a success.
Anytime you don't end up in the water is a success.
How you doing, Steve Bunyan? Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you. Well, Lon, help me out with. Oh, Lon not even here.
Yeah, I was gonna say he just disappeared.
Can I use JST Fly on my Mavic Air 2? I don't know, Steve. You're gonna have to find that out. I have no idea. Happy Father's Day to you too, Bob Payson. Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. Happy Father's Day to you, Ray Kelly.
Say that again, Adrian.
Happy Father's Day to you, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Happy Father's Day to you and all the dads in the chat.
Yeah, happy Sucker Day. I'm just kidding. Sucker.
Adrian, when is your new baby? When is your new baby due?
It's supposed to be in September, Captain. Right?
Oh, September. Okay.
Yes, sir. AZ Drone Dude, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in, sir.
Maybe it'll be on my wife's birthday, September 15th.
Mine is on the 7th, so
Oh, really? Okay.
Let's just hope it's not September 11th.
uh, yeah, man. How you doing, Johnny Drone Flyer? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing?
Hey, Ray, have you heard from oh my God, what was the name of the guy that I was flying? Him and I were actually racing the drone. What's his name again?
Michael Wright.
Yeah, Michael. How is he doing, man? I haven't heard from him in a little bit.
He's been in some of the other chats. Yeah, he's doing good. You know, he's always doing good, Mike. I've never heard him complain about anything. He's got a real good attitude.
Just haven't heard from him in a little bit, so I was just wondering how is he doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was somebody's live stream a few days ago, wasn't he, Ray?
Yeah, he was on it. Yeah. I forget which one. You know, you watch so many, or I watch so many. I forget which who's on which live streams. And
how you doing, Johnny Drone Fly? I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you for coming in, buddy. Hey, Captain Ray, we still gonna hook up to do another meetup again next year sometime, right? That's
yeah, April 2nd, 2022, Saturday.
Okay.
Yep, it's all set. Jensen Beach, though, this time.
Is it farther or closer?
Well, it's a little further south. It's about 25 minutes south. Yeah, same thing. If you don't like flying on the water, it's the same type of setup, so you won't enjoy it. But we'll be on a little island again, over the intercoastal. And hopefully this year, nobody ends up in the intercoastal.
Right. Isn't that by the Air Force Base there? Because I drove up A1A when I was down there. I took a day, like that Sunday after the meet, I think it was, and I drove probably 100 miles down the intercoastal. I bet 50, 60 miles anyway.
It's right out of the circle. You know how they have the circle? And it's just north of the circle for Stewart Airport. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I flew over the air. I didn't think I'd be able to launch, but I got a clearance to launch. So I flew around the Air Force Base and up and down the ocean, the coastline, and around that bridge. There's a bridge, because Florida's lousy with bridges. And
yeah, you're brave.
So I
you're brave. You could go on the bridges.
Along bridges. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got approval. I got a clearance like it was like that. So everybody's always complaining about NFCs. I got a clearance in like a minute. I bet it was.
No, we didn't have to get a clearance in this little park, Jensen Beach. No, you don't need a special clearance. But Ken Huppauer, Matt Cundiff, and Mitch, we flew there together, and it's a nice little area. It really is. And then Bill, I put up a video on it, but Bill Ronayne did a follow-up video about the area, and his video is even better than mine. He really showcased the area nice. You guys know Bill Ronayne? Bill Ronayne's Toys?
Yeah, I actually I met him in person at the drone meetup.
Right, he was there, yeah. But he really put up a nice video on the area.
No, Johnny Drone Fly, I did not see that, sir. I don't even know what video you're talking about. The naked video.
Yeah, Johnny teasing everybody.
Okay, how you doing, Ron Lockwood? Thank you for coming in, buddy. Hey, Ron,
Hey, Ron.
What's
your
up, Ron?
link is in the email, sir. If you want to go ahead and join, brother.
Apparently, I've got storms rolling through the area, Adrian. Speaking of them.
Yeah, is that why you went out for a second?
Yeah, my internet cut out.
Yeah,
Oh,
man. It's
Adrian,
not
a
looking
little
pretty.
off topic, but so you know our other hobby, shooting.
Yeah.
Picked up this the other day. It's a
Oh,
bore
like-
scope. It's a. Let me plug it into my phone real quick, and you can see how it lights up and everything. It connects to my phone.
And
as
what
you
does
can
that?
see,
Oh, a light.
it's actually a camera.
Oh, that's a camera with a light.
Yeah. So, when I want, see my
Oh,
laptop screen.
Yeah, I see that.
You can just pull it up, adjust the contrast and everything, and it'll check all my. I can go down my bores and stuff on my guns and make sure there's no damage or anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice
That's
little piece of tech. It was only like $20 off of Amazon.
You're gonna have to go ahead and send me a link on that because there's a couple of mine that especially long rifle that I want to get in there, like to the little nitty
Only
gritty.
one,
I want to clean them up pretty good, and it's hard for me to get in there.
only one problem. It doesn't fit down the AR barrels.
Got you. Hey, talking about Bill Ronayne,
There he is. I was just talking about you, Bill.
how you doing, Bill? Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. I really appreciate you, man.
How you
But
doing?
you can even record that video, Adrian.
Is that the same thing, Lon?
Yeah, I bought this like
Oh, you
5
got
or
it.
6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very cool.
these come in handy.
Heck
These
yeah, they
come in
do.
handy.
See, I shoot black powder, so that barrel gets really gunked up and a lot of powder build up in it, and I can run that bore snake down in there and see where my powder deposits are, and then I can really get in there good and clean them out.
See,
Right.
see, only Mike retarded ass will go ahead and say that he could call
Philosophies. Yeah.
friends. In fact, but only he will say some dumb shit like
I'm gonna
that.
pass on that.
How you doing, Bill? Metro Drones. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
Hey, Bill.
Appreciate you, man. We got my boy, Mr. Ronald Lockwood, in the back. Let me go ahead and bring him on in. How you doing, Big Ron?
Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Ron.
How you doing?
Mike. Holy crap, Mike. I haven't seen you in ages.
I know, right?
Well, I've been working 90 plus hours every pay period, and Stacy's brother just passed away last weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So,
sorry. about that.
We've been dealing with all that.
Stacy's your wife?
Fiance, yeah. So it's been a
Being a little roller
busy,
coaster.
hectic time.
Yeah.
Look at you, Adrian, looking all studious there.
It just that I'm actually getting a little older, man. And my vision is actually trying to take a dump on me. So my doctor said you gotta wear glasses, so that's why I got him on, especially for reading.
Well, Adrian, you look good in the glasses. I like them.
We just got to get him to put a little curve in that hat.
No, hell no. No, sir.
You got to get that proper curve, Adrian.
No, sir. Hey, Metro Drone, Bill, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate the love and support, buddy.
This is how you do it, Adrian. You go like this. You
No.
go like this.
No,
You know.
no. hey, Ray, if you keep doing it, you're gonna get arthritis on your fingers. Stop doing that. It's bad for you. Leave it like that.
All right.
Last I can tell is Horizon's on level on his Beamy drone.
Hey, Ray, are you at work right now?
I am.
So you must be
Aye.
taking a break.
Busy, Ron? Busy day or night?
It was an interesting day.
Oh, okay.
We've had a couple of those lately, Ron. It's been
Adrian, you saw
stupid,
my
bro.
message earlier, didn't you?
The one you put, the one you threw on Facebook Messenger.
The messenger, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I won't
You-
mention that on here.
Please don't.
You know what's been getting us, Ron? We've had shootings and stabbings out the wazoo lately.
Wow.
We had somebody decide to somebody was breaking in their vehicle, so they decided to walk out and confront the person without a gun. Got shot.
Yeah, I believe
I'm like,
it.
look, if you're gonna go confront somebody, take something with you.
Yeah. Best to be tried by 12 than carried by 6.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and like I always say, I'd rather for me to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Correct.
That part.
Yeah, if you're gonna go out like that, then just call the cops.
Exactly.
What's the point? Just call the police then.
Right.
You know.
Hey, like I say, it's like my Visa card. Never leave home without it.
You gotta have it with you, man. It's very important. I keep telling Jim. He said that he doesn't have one, and like, man, I actually thought that Jim will actually have guns like me and you,
Right?
Ron, and also Mike. He said he doesn't have one. Talking about Jim, where the hell is he at? I sent him the link. Have you talked to him today, Ron?
No, I haven't seen him since 2
You were on his show Tuesday, right?
for a little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Let me ask you guys: does anybody else keep a drone log of where they fly and when and what batteries they use?
I keep
No.
a digital one
Okay. Yep.
on my phone.
I updated mine today. I hadn't been putting in my entries every time, but I updated it today.
But is that really necessary, Ray Kelly?
Not for me. No, I'm not a professional. I'm just a hobbyist, but it's good for me to keep track of where I was and when and who I flew with.
Okay,
Just me. It's the way I like to do things.
gotcha.
Well, the app will keep track of where you flew, but who you flew with and stuff. That obviously that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
And let you just start every video by taking a shot of everybody you're with, and then then going flying or whatever. But I just number my batteries and just rotate them,
That's
so
what
they
I
all
do.
have the same number of charges on them. You know what I mean?
I have the label maker, and I've labeled all my batteries and everything. And
I do the same too.
Yeah, to each their own, though. Everybody. I don't think it's necessary, but I don't. I don't judge if you want to do it. Yeah, be my guest. You know what I mean?
How you doing, Ed? Love my drones. Thank you for coming in, buddy. Hey, Ed, I did send you a link to your email if you want to join, sir.
Yeah.
So Ron, besides your interest in, are you about to say me something? Are you about to text me something?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna. I don't know if anybody's seen that last video I did with the 360. I thought it was pretty cool.
That 360 camera is very cool, Ron.
Yeah, it.
How you doing, Mr. Hope?
What's up,
Hey, Chris.
Ron, Ray, Lon?
How you doing, Drone Days? Thank you for
How's
coming
the
in.
what's up, Chris?
So how's your day going, Mr. Hope?
Hot, but
Yeah,
but-
this be over here
but-
too, monkey.
better than Ron's.
Yeah,
Are you up over 100 yet, Chris?
I get 95 today.
95? Yep.
Heat index 101.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the heat index is probably over 100.
Yeah.
Because it's
You're
been
not
over 100 here with the heat index.
You're not getting any fires and stuff over there, Chris, are you?
No, everything's still real green. Adrian, we had so much rain in May and the first part of June. Everything's green.
Okay. because I think Colorado and Arizona is having it pretty bad.
Montana, I think too.
Yeah. I think Utah also the same too.
I know. I think I saw somebody posted there was a fire in Montana the other day.
Right. Yeah, they're starting up. Yeah.
I mean, man.
It's just hot, just typical Texas.
Now, is it also humid or it's only hot?
About 75% humidity.
Okay.
Hey, look, Adrian, in Texas, you take a shower and you don't dry off for 3 days.
Exactly.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing something very interesting for Father's Day. I'm going to a World War II encampment with tanks and simulated battle.
Where are they doing that at, right?
On Long Island, about an hour from me. Well, 50 minutes from me. And it's an old-fashioned, they call it Old Bethpage Restoration Village. But they're going to bring in all kind of old tanks and Jeeps. And it should be fun. It'll be a fun 3 hours. It's a 3-hour thing.
When I was in St. Augustine a few years ago.
Oh, you are sexy.
You cut off a mop.
Come on.
Wow. My gosh.
You're one ugly bitch. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Adrian. You took the words right out of my mouth.
How you doing, Cam? Place it here. How you doing, buddy? Man, I haven't heard from you in a while, Cam. Hope you're doing all right, sir.
When I was in St. Augustine a few years ago, Ray, I caught a World War II encampment. They didn't do any reenactments or anything, but they had all the equipment and stuff out there.
Yeah,
I think
I think it'll be good. It'll be cool.
Adrian, I sent you that link.
Yeah, I'm actually watching it right now. How you doing on Living It Vertical? I'm watching it on my phone right now.
Oh, I was going to have you show it, but
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute.
It ain't your job today, I hope.
4.
no.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got me curious, Ron. You're going to have to send me a message later.
Yes, later, not now.
Yeah, that was the first for me, Chris.
I can damn sure see it being the first.
Oh, Ron, I had a first the other day. PD calls in, they're bringing one in, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where it gets interesting. The deputy calls and she's like, hey, man, I got one coming in. The guy is combative, naked, and masturbating.
Oh, no.
I was like, to what?
So what drug was he on?
I think it's probably safer to say what drug wasn't he on.
Oh.
Right.
Penicillin, then.
Toxicology lit up like a damn Christmas tree. You know how that goes.
Holy crap.
Well, it gives you something to talk about, Mike.
Trust me, I'm pretty sure between Ron and me, we could fill up an entire live stream of stories we've encountered at work.
I just don't know how you didn't feel that.
Hey, Ron, this is it, right?
Yeah.
I love that camera, man. That thing is amazing.
Hell yeah.
What the hell is going on? Where are you guys going, Ron?
Stabilization kept really good outside. City of Bismarck.
The camera really, really shoots good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a fucking drone right there.
Hey, Ron, what helo is that?
That's a good one. Good one, Ron. I could watch that a lot. I like
That
that.
was with-
I love going up in a helicopter. I told you that many times.
Yeah,
What helo is that, Ron?
it's EC 145.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you doing, son? Chris, Sunrise Water Media. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
We're using, I think it's the Bells. They only got the single front seat and the patient loads where the second pilot seat should be along that side.
What's the flight program there?
Air evac. Let's see. Who are we using?
Air Methods.
No, it's it might be just air evac.
What's the full name? What city are you in?
Waycross, Georgia.
It's probably Bell 407.
How you doing, Blizzard FPV?
It's a two rotor, so it's not the big one. It's a smaller one. Because I think we have the 407 or the 408 that's the four rotor.
No, the 407 is a four-bladed, but it's got the single pilot seat up front, and then the crew sits in the back. So it's
Air evac life team.
what's it called? Airback Life Team.
Yeah.
Here, I'll look it up.
Hey, Ron, were you in the stream this morning on Rodney's when I was talking about going to a car show?
No, I'm thinking.
No. Well, anyway, I told everybody I was going to go to a car show on my way to the COI meeting. So I go down to the car show, expecting a great car show. 2 cars.
No.
It is a Bell
Oh
407.
man, it was so disappointing. And one of them was a replica of a police car.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We got one
New York City
407.
police car. It was a nice shape. It really was.
What city in Georgia are you in?
Waycross.
Waycross.
We have one 407, and then we have 3 of the smaller ones that are the two blade.
Oh, okay.
Two-blade. There was only 2 cars, Ray?
That was it. 2 cars. Well, actually, there were 3 cars lined up, but the one was a fairly new, a couple of years old, a Saab. But I didn't count that as a classic
see that,
car.
Ron?
by any means. Yeah, the police car was a 77 Plymouth Satellite.
That
Straight out
is
Smokey the Bandit.
And
Oh,
the
that's
other
206.
car was a Dodge. I forget, I guess in the 60s, late 60s Dodge.
Yeah, we got several of the 2 propeller ones, and then we got the big 407 they just got.
yeah, those are 206s. Looks like.
Those things are very small.
Yeah.
Lots of weight restrictions too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hell, we've had to transport people by land or by plane just because they weren't narrow enough to fit in the helicopter.
I'm about to go ahead and share a video that Bob Casey went ahead and sent me to share. So bear with me for 1 second, fellas. Screen. Content.
Bill Ronayne, you're so right. Quality. It's all about quality. Hey, Steve.
That was a hell of a time right there.
Like 3 days later, he said they're not going to make coasters up. Everybody.
I don't know who's the handsome guy that's talking right now. I never seen him.
And I want to thank you to Brad. You're a good man, Brad. Good man, Brad. He was another one stepped right up. Brad, whatever you need to let me know. And that was working hard behind the scenes. And I can't say enough to thank Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Matt.
Thanks,
No
Matt.
problem, guys. It was worth it.
The other thing, Matt, Mitch is around here somewhere.
There he is. When I rode out here.
Matt and myself and Ken O'Farrell had a little meetup back in January. And we should do it again. And I criticized Ken came from sort of hard. We picked this location. We close to the pitch. And I want to thank you, the pitch. And it's phenomenal videos. The location. I can't say enough to thank you. Anybody else wants to get it? Thank you all for your help. But I don't think it's going down now, but can we just have a moment of silence for Rick Albert?
The video just stopped. Was it going to continue?
Very cool, Bob. Great video.
It might be your internet, Adrian.
Wasn't that part, Ron, where we have the sound that you made for Rick, and then you're going to take off with the 2 Pro?
Yeah. Yep.
Hold on, because I think.
Did you make up your mind? Or you're dropping off that poster, Ron, when you're on your trip?
That was a good freaking time, right?
Very
there.
cool.
That was a good time meeting your.
There's old Maverick.
Yeah, old Maverick.
I tell you.
I really don't know what was going on that day, but somebody by the name of Ronald Lockwood, man, that dude had the hardest nipples in the world. I don't even know.
Jesus.
That dude had a white T-shirt. Nipples look like they could cut glass. Them things were like that. When I mean that, they were like that.
Chris, I kept telling him all day, my eyes are up here.
Nothing here.
Ryan, you just got to go with it, man. You just take the compliments as they come, buddy. Because one of these days you're going to go, man, I wish they still talk about that.
But Chris Hope, the thing is that, you know, hey, Chris Hope, this is what you got to understand. I'm short. Ronald Lockwood tall as shit, so his nipples were literally right here, eye to eye, like right here, eye to eye to me. So, you know,
You saying what you're saying is Ron's got the old milk nipple.
literally, literally, them things were huge.
Now don't talk like this. I'm getting excited.
Uh-oh. You
Look at
better,
the time.
Miss Kelly gonna lock the bedroom door.
I meant to make it worse. He went like this right here. Then when he went like that, they popped right again. He kept doing that.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's good to be wrong. That's all I can say.
So how about them drones?
What about your spark plug you pulled out of your oil pan on your scooter?
You see that? Isn't
That's
that
on-
fun?
Hey man, it works.
No, it didn't. It was leaking out of that.
It worked enough.
Well, yeah, see,
Hey,
you know,
Is that your shop line?
yeah. What blows my mind is that I get it. You lost your drain plug. You got to put something in there to get home, let's say. Okay, you happen to have a spark plug laying around, so you stick it in there to make it home. Drain plugs are $4 flipping. You know how I know? Because I strolled into AutoZone and bought one for $3.99. Why would you drive around like that? And then they took a piece of hose and put it over the end of the spark plug, then put a hose clamp on that, and then a bolt in the other end of the hose and put a clamp on that to try to stop the leak. They went through all that trouble by a drain plug. You know what I mean?
They're probably afraid they're gonna run the VIN number and see it stolen.
What, at AutoZone?
Yeah, it don't matter.
They went and bought those hose clamps somewhere. I mean, I'm just like, really, dudes? I've had to retap almost every opening hole or mounting point on the frame because they just stuck whatever in there, you know, to hold the body panels on after they crash. And so I had to retap all the mounting points. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just crazy. This is crazy, some of the stuff they did. The wiring was hacked to hell. I had to rewire everything. It's just weird what they did. They only put like 4,000 miles on it. That's the weirdest part. In 2 years, they put 4,000 miles on it, but they had hacked up the wiring. You know, all kinds of other stuff was all messed up. They changed the ignition, and on a motorcycle, the ignition also locks the steering, you know? So it's beepy. They put the wrong one on, so it was rubbing the steering head. So the handlebars would do one of these. That's probably how they crashed. They probably came up to a corner and the handlebars wouldn't turn. You know, they couldn't turn the handlebars, and that's probably how they crashed. You know, just stupid stuff, just incredibly stupid stuff. It's crazy. I was like,
well, you
gotta love when people think they're mechanics.
You got to look at it though, Lon. It was they stole your bike, so they had a little bit of intelligence to steal it because I know you didn't leave a key in it.
no, they picked it up. All you don't need any intelligence. The bike weighs 375 pounds.
Just
You need a couple of dudes to pick up the front end and throw it in neutral and roll it up onto a van and throw it in the back of a van and drive off.
Adios.
And then and then you need a drill to drill out the ignition. I mean, you know, as far as that goes.
Well, good. The pictures you put on Facebook look good, man.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I got to paint it, you know, or whatever. I bought raw plastic. I could have got pre-painted plastic, which I probably should have done. You know, now looking back on it.
So now you got to take it back off.
What color you painted? What color?
Oh, white's my favorite color. I'm gonna paint it to match my car. My car is all white, so it's all white right now with plastic. But you got to put something on that plastic, or otherwise it'll deteriorate. So it's raw plastic right now, raw ABS. But yeah, I wanted to pre-fit it anyway because if you paint it first before you
I'll be
pre-fit
back,
it,
Adrian.
you run into, you know, you can scratch up your paint and whatever, fiddling with it to get it to fit right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Yeah.
But you said, Lon, that they actually had it for 2 years.
2 years.
Holy crap!
Hey, Dre.
2 years.
2 years. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're going to keep it, Lon.
Well, right now, here's the newest slap in the face, right? It was bad enough I had to pay for the impound fees. It was bad enough. I figured I had to pay to have it shipped back to me. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now Georgia, because it was crashed, they came through and looked at it and they decided they totaled it. So when I went to get a retitle it in Michigan, because my idiot, you know, I don't know, I happened to be looking through papers and tripped over the title and went, oh, I don't need this anymore, rip, and threw it away, right?
Oh,
So I went to go get a new title at the Secretary of State, and they go, yeah, no problem. And then they go, oh, wait a minute. Looks like Georgia has the bike is needs a scrap title. Needs a scrap title.
Wow.
So that doesn't mean I can't ride it, but if you try to sell it with a scrap title, you won't get diddly squat for it. You'll get a couple $1,000 at the most, and the bike lists for $6,000 or $7,000.
Yeah.
So wait, they brought it all the way down here?
Yeah, they had it in Georgia. I should have called you to go pick it up for me, because every day it sat there, they hit me for another $25 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Where in Georgia?
I can't remember. Some rinky-dink little town. I can't think of the name of it.
Mayberry.
Yeah, Mayberry. No, that's in
Not where I
North
live.
Carolina. That's in North Carolina, actually. My ex-girlfriend used to live there. Her grandma went to school with Andy Griffin.
Do you know if it was North or South Georgia?
North Georgia. I can look it up. It starts with a C. I can't think of it off the top of my head, though.
Because I'm down here in the South.
Oh yeah, no. It was northern Georgia. I know that for certain. Not by Blood Mountain or anything, but
No.
northern Georgia.
The question to you is, Lon, how the hell did you even know? Like, how did you find out? Hey, man, we got your bike. Like, who called you?
Well, the local police called me because obviously I turned it in when it was stolen, right? So then the bin is floating around, and these idiots, I couldn't believe it was all in one piece still. That blows my mind. They should have stripped it and parted it out and been done with it. This clown's out riding it. He got pulled over, or he crashed, and then of course the cops show up and then they run the bin. And it's like, oh, this bike is stolen in Michigan. So they get a hold of me and ask me if I wanted it. And I almost said no. I almost said, it's been crashed. But, I was like, okay, I don't want, the impound lot was already getting enough. They were hammering me to pay the impound fees or to send them the title because they wanted to sell it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll just take it. And if I only break even, so be it. You know what I mean? If I get it and I get my money back, I'd be happy. Just so they don't get the money, because they're being kind of Colliers is the name.
Conyers, Georgia? I know where that is.
Colliers, yeah.
You had to pay the impound fee?
Yup. Doesn't that suck? I had to pay the impound fees. The shipping I get, but I had to pay the impound fees. You think they would have cut me a break on that and made the criminal pay the impound fees? As a restitution or something? Nope. They need to pay the impound fees and everything.
Will insurance cover that at all?
Well, I didn't have full coverage. The bike is a 2006. In my mind, I thought it was only worth a couple grand. You know what I mean? The bike's been totaled. I don't want to go into a super long story, but I had the bike for a month in 2006. Some jackass overheated and spilled a bunch of coolant all over the road. And I went to make a left turn. I didn't know, right? And I slid out. I had made one payment on it. And the insurance company totaled the bike because the frame got scratched. And I bought the bike back for $1,100. So, and then in total 3 other times I hit 2 deer, and a buddy of mine knocked it off a trailer clowning around, and it was totaled. So the bike was totaled a total 4 times.
I
So I already.
that thing's a.
I don't know, Lon. I don't know if I'd ride that bike if I were you.
Why?
It's got
You only
demons.
get so many chances.
It's
But
like a cat. You only get 9 lives.
yeah, well then it's got 5 more to go. Well, 4 more, because this would have been a total 2, because the frame was cracked. I had to TIG weld it all back together and everything to fix it. So
Connors is about 4 hours away from me.
okay.
Right below Atlanta.
Yep. Yeah, it was by Atlanta. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Where
yeah,
do you live,
TIG welded
Lon?
it. What?
Where do you live?
In Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they stole it and they took it all the way to Georgia.
Oh, wow.
That's where they found it anyway, was in Georgia.
Yeah. I got a big bike trip coming up in 2 weeks. Leaving western South Dakota into central Wyoming up through the Bighorn Mountains, and then into the east entrance of Yellowstone, going up on the north side, coming out the west end, dropping down into Idaho. I'll actually be up near Idaho quadcopters, Marcus, up through the Snake River Canyon, and eventually into Boise, Idaho. Pick up 8 other guys. We leave the next day for Oregon and Washington coastlines. Eventually work our way up into Seattle, and then over to Vancouver Island. We'll actually be just south of British Columbia.
Now, are you flying over there, Ron?
I'm riding the bike the whole way.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's going to be a great trip, Ron, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get great weather.
I think I'm going to take my my 1 terabyte
Hard
external drive. I think I'm going to need it.
Yeah,
Probably so.
You taking the 2 Pro with you?
Yeah, 2 Pro, the 2 Sony cameras, the Insta360, and the Osmo Action.
Okay.
Now, do
You
you have
better go buy another hard drive.
But yeah,
You better go
They
buy
got,
another. Everybody ain't gonna cut it.
They got 2 terabyte ones at Walmart for like $60 now.
yeah, I think it's a 1 or it might be a 2. I got to look.
They got one made by Seagate that's like $60 for a 2 terabyte,
Yeah,
and it's only about that big.
You're riding a bagger, aren't you?
hmm
Yeah. So you got space for I don't know. Well, it's not like you're going to the moon. So if it comes up, you can just stop somewhere and buy one. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I always forget that, and people always do. I gotta pack this. I gotta pack that. Oh, I better pack this. And I'm like, dude, you're going to Florida,
I've got at least.
Yeah.
I have 3 128 gigabyte cards, a couple 64s, and a bunch of 32s. So
Right.
I should be good.
And on that drum meetup, I think I was one, and you gave me one, right, Ron? Didn't you give me a card?
I did. Me?
Yeah, when we were at the drum meetup. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I gave you a card. Yeah, Ron, if you do the math on the cards you got, that'll kill half your drive right there. I did some quickie engineer math in my head. I'm like, dude, that's like 400 gigs. You just listed 400 gigs, bro.
Yeah.
400 or 500 gigs. So that's gonna kill half your storage.
I do want to wish all you guys, all your fathers, Chris Hope, Ray Kelly, Mike, everybody that's a father in the chat. Happy Father's Day, man. If I don't see you ugly guys tomorrow. So
You too, Adrian.
Happy Father's Day to you and everybody else also.
Ron doesn't count, because all he does is play with big human-sized drones every day.
You don't have any kids, Ron?
Mm-mm.
Me either, baby. Nah.
That he knows about.
No thanks. Nah, I know I don't have it. I went out and got the whoop, whoop. I was 22 years old. And I said, I don't want any kids. They made me wait 6 months to get it done, just in case I changed my mind. I danced in there, and they went whoop, whoop, whoop. I danced on out of there, man. Yep,
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Dance
Yeah, I
on
don't
out with a
regret.
pack of frozen peas.
What's that?
Dance on out there with a pack of frozen peas.
yeah. No, I was a super, dude. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. I understand that. And people that have kids love their kids. I understand that too. But when you're going to be single, it's a different thing. My wife had passed away, and I didn't plan on getting remarried, and I was like, that was not in the plans. So,
How long were you married, Lon?
just a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah, she had asthma pretty bad. She died of an asthma attack. So,
Really? Wow.
yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Oh no, man, it's a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Still,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So I made a decision at that point. You get those phone calls. Oh my God, 13 minutes late on my period. I normally get in at 12:01 and it's 12:15. Oh no, you know what I mean? They over they get all dramatic or I'm a day late or whatever, and you're like this for about 4 days, right? Waiting for her to call back, and then she calls back, oh, it's okay, I got my period. I'm like, nope. I know. I thought you were on the pill. Well, I forgot. No. no.
Hey,
no.
hey, fellas, I'll be right back.
No. I made a decision. I'm not leaving my future in the hands of someone else. And that's what a lot of guys do. No offense to anybody, but I'm just saying, a lot of guys leave their futures in the hands of someone else. So when they get that phone call, or now they're paying child support for 18 years, or they're getting somebody standing behind them with a shotgun at the altar, or whatever's going on, you know what I'm saying? They got nobody to blame themselves, in my opinion. So I didn't want that. So I took care of it.
You come and spin up line?
Huh?
You gonna fly to spin up in Austin?
No. I got a big project coming up in November, so there's no way I could take time off work, and I don't want to just fly down Friday night, hang out Saturday, and then fly back Sunday. That's just a lot of travel and a lot of, and even an expense. Even though you can afford it, not afford it, doesn't really matter. It's an expense for very little return. No offense, you guys are all awesome and shit, but dropping about $1,100 to hang out with you guys one day.
I understand.
I'm gonna go Friday to Monday. So
you're going Friday to Monday?
Yeah.
Well, you got nothing better to do, Ray. So I'd have to take off work and.
Yep.
Lon, you going to Florida next year?
Yeah. Now that one I could do. I can do anything I want to in the spring. I can take a month off in April if I want to.
Yeah.
I get 2 months of vacation time and sick time. So.
Mike, where were you this year for the Florida meetup?
We had a bunch of stuff going on. I'm currently 4 officers short at work. So since right before the meetup, I've been working doubles and 6 to 7 days a week.
Now, Mikey, you're a sergeant?
No, I'm just an officer.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, I have some responsibilities there. Like if I'm senior on shift, I run the shift. But I used to be a sergeant when I was at my old department.
Yep.
But I don't know. They talked about one of the sergeants retiring. So if he does, I might get it.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
well, just tell them you need April. Put it in now. You need April 2nd off.
Here's the sad part. I about have to do that to get the time off. I had to put 40 days in advance to get 2 days off. We were supposed to go on vacation. We were literally getting ready to leave town, and that's when we found out her brother passed away.
Yeah.
So
That's
we didn't
bad.
even get our weekend away.
Yep.
I just
ended up losing a cousin-in-law, but he was very close, and he lived a good life. He was 87, but he passed, and he's in North Carolina now, closer to my other cousin, and they didn't know whether to have a service, a wake, funeral, and then they decided not to have it and postpone it. Because he's gonna he was cremated, and then in 2 months, in September, they're gonna do a celebration of life, and they're gonna sprinkle his ashes in the Watauga River, along with my cousin's mother. The two of them are gonna have their ashes sprinkled in the river. So it's gonna be a totally different celebration of life that I've ever been to.
Yeah. This guy was her brother was on like 47.
47? Yeah.
He had a situation a while back, got a brain bleed. He was on blood thinners. They took him off. And They told him not to do any extended periods of riding or sitting or anything like that. He took about an 8-hour trip, started feeling some pain in his legs. Blood clots started traveling. They all converged in his heart. They tried to do a heart cath, couldn't get it. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm a firm believer that, our days are already marked. I mean, Lon, yours is marked. Mike, yours is marked. Ron, yours is marked. Chris, yours is marked. And mine's marked. I really feel that.
yeah. Some of us just push that envelope a little more than others.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't think you should do anything to hasten that stuff either.
I mean, it's like everyone tells me, "Oh, dude, you gotta quit dipping or this, that, and whatever." And I was like, "Look, both of my parents died from cancer. Neither one of them smoked or drank, ever."
Right.
And I told him, I said, if I could have checked out any minute, anytime I was overseas. I was overseas for almost 5 years. So, I could have checked out at any moment during that.
I did 2 tours.
I did 5 between 2003 and the end of 2007, almost 2009.
I did 2.5 tours, actually. My last tour ended with this.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He came out with a big knife to do a gunfight. So he's hanging out with his virgins, and I got my hands a little jacked up.
It's funny because I didn't even notice that in Florida, Lon.
No, nobody hardly notices it. It's not, these 2 fingers were lopped off, but they reattached these 2 because I went up like this, with the 16, and he came down like this.
Dang.
Yeah.
See, I got lucky.
Huh?
I got lucky. I got stabbed when I was over there, but he caught me in the leg.
Yeah, I got a couple of holes in my leg too, bullet holes. So, yeah, the poor kid that was with me, he had just landed like that weekend, like Saturday or Sunday, right? And we were on patrol. We were doing house to houses, right? And this guy came out of this hovel, with this big homemade looking machete thing, all mad, hollering about Allah or whatnot. And the poor kid, dude, he was so green behind the ears, it was insane. And he emptied a clip in this dude. I went up like this, and the kid he was still pulling the trigger. I just about kick him in his butt to get him back in the Humvee to get me the medical, because I couldn't drive. I'm like, blood everywhere. I'm like, come on, kid, you got to drive, man. Oh, sorry, no, I don't know. I'm like, dude, kid.
What year was this?
Oh, geez, bro, this is back in '96. This is the first time around. I was in the storm. Yeah. This is first time around.
Yeah, I was over there for round 2, and man, it was crazy over there.
When you guys went, it was crazy. When we went, there's some here and there. We took fire every so often. Our whole unit probably put down 14 or 15 total.
See, when I went over there, I was with the Ravens. We got sent to, my first deployment was to Uzbek up in under Russia.
Right.
Then we went to Iraq, Afghanistan, spent a little bit of time in Kuwait, and then we got sent to Ramadi when everything went south over there.
Right.
So there was a couple times I should have probably checked out, and
Mel.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and welcome.
Thank you both for your service.
I do want to welcome Art. How you doing, Art? Ed, love my drones.
Hey, Mel.
How you doing, buddy? Mel, Donnie, the AK, the View Chaser. How you doing, bro? Thank you for coming in, sir.
No, it was an honor to serve this country. Besides, I would have been in prison if I wouldn't have been in the military. That's the truth. I come from a long family of drug dealers and criminals and and whatnot. Long line, and I got a bad temper on top of it. And I'm 6'4" and about 250 pounds. I would have killed somebody.
Just a pushover.
Yeah, easily. So
Mine was more of a family tradition.
yeah, not us. My dad was in Vietnam, but that's because he had to go. You know what I'm saying? So
In fact, I'll show you something real quick, Lon.
I'm doing pretty good, Welch Rob. Hope you're doing great, sir.
hey Mel.
If I can get it. So, hanging up on my gun cabinet, two really important things. My tags,
Mm-hmm.
those are Grandpa's from World War II.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, when he passed away, I was the only grandkid. So, I made sure I picked up his tags.
That's pretty good, man.
That's nice.
My son's got mine. Believe it or not, he borrowed mine. Never gave him back.
I believe you lost them, Ray Kelly. They're not yours anymore.
Yeah, he's got my field jacket too. Never gave that back neither.
You know, I got my uncle's field jacket from Vietnam.
I got my grandfather's from when he was in Germany.
The brown camo, brown, green, and tan,
You talking
or
to me?
the old olive drab.
The old olive drab
Oh, yeah.
with the
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
drawstring.
what my
With
uncle's
the
was from
drawstring in the bottom
Vietnam.
of it.
Go ahead.
You got a drawstring in the bottom of the deal.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what my uncle's was from Vietnam. That old green olive drab.
Yeah, when I first went in, they were just switching over from olive drab to the camo.
You had chocolate chips over there, didn't you?
Yeah, we had the brown and the no, it was not the digital. You're thinking the digital stuff?
No, I'm thinking the old chocolate chip from Desert Storm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had the brown, green, tan, and then we switched over to desert
DCU.
camo, which is tan, brown, and tan and brown, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's
like it
what I
was-
had when I was over there.
Yeah. Well, you guys went to digital, didn't you? 2000. So,
Not when I was in. Before, right after I got out, they went over to about 2007. They started going over to that.
digital.
The Air Force went to that blue tiger stripe bullshit looking stuff.
Right.
I was glad that was after I was out because blue doesn't really blend in with what I was doing over there.
Yeah, the military is a good life. I always tell young guys do it all the time. I mean, it's not a bad way to go. Now, right now, it's a hard sell, but
I tell you what, even right now, my buddy's kid just went through basic. His second week there, he was calling me from his cell phone.
It's all different now. Yeah, it's all
I'm like, what the hell? Y'all got cell phones now?
yeah, it's like some kind of camp. It's like an intense camp now. I'm like, what?
It's like daycare.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, what?
They even have drones. They got drones there now.
Oh, dude. I'm like, what? These people are. I'm like, I hear the drill instructors can't really get it mean with them anymore like they used to with us. Calling
They
them
can't even
names.
cuss at them.
Yeah, they can't even cuss at them. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I watched three drill sergeants kick the crap out of some dude and mouth off to him.
Look, my drill instructor used to make us put on the old school flak jacket. And then he'd punch the fuck out the flak jacket. He'd be like, am I hitting you? No, sir, you're hitting the flak jacket.
Man, I was every kind of
Good
maggot.
God, Ray, I ain't seen one of those in a minute.
Damn, son. Did you borrow that from a hot guy or did you borrow it from
Here you
Klinger?
go.
Klinger.
Holy cow, that's old.
That is way
I was in the 67th MP company.
Wow.
And while I was in, they deactivated this company and they merged us with the 624th MP company. So they said, here you go. This is your souvenir.
I think the only thing I kept was a couple of my patches, my challenge coins, and of course I kept my beret.
Sorry to hear that, JSK Enterprise.
Yeah, well, I got a sad story about my military stuff. It was all at my stepmom's house, and her boyfriend was smoking crack or whatever, and caught the house on fire, and I lost everything, dude.
Shit.
And I had
Man.
thousands of pictures. I wanted to be a photographer when I was a kid, so I was every night at the PX, the little local PX, the PX Annex, getting film developed because I'm old, and I had stacks of pictures. I mean, shoe boxes full of pictures of Korea, Germany, the Middle East, you name it. Everywhere I was, 5 different bases in the U.S. I set foot on 5 different continents when I was in the military. That shit would have never happened for a hood rat from Michigan, man. No way. I've been lucky to get out of Michigan.
I
wish I had more photos of when I was in, but we weren't into taking photos.
Yeah.
But I got a couple of photos.
Polaroid wasn't around then, was it, Ray?
Yeah, there wasn't film, was there?
Yeah, we got a couple of Polaroid photos.
They used a pencil and a piece of paper.
You got some tablets, don't you?
Kodak was the
Phone
big
tablets?
Kodak.
Some cave drawings. Ray, you got some cave drawings, don't you?
They carried around a chisel and a hammer and a piece of stone in their backpack.
Yeah.
Nah, look, they were taking portraits like George Washington crossing the Delaware.
Hey, Mike and Lon, did either one of you ever train at Fort Hunter Liggett in California?
No.
No, I was at Bliss, Benning, and Bliss, Benning, White Sands, and Bragg, of course, because I was an airborne, and and Dix in Jersey.
Oh, you
I was
did
there
Dix
for
too?
2.5
I did my
years.
Raven School out there.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
That
there
was
for
before
2.5
they moved
years
Raven
with,
School back to Lackland.
Yeah.
They moved it out to Lackland now.
My basic was in Fort Dix, Jersey. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good old Dix.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Ron?
I was there as a civilian contractor.
At Dix?
No, at Fort Hunter Liggett. Yeah,
Oh.
I said I wasn't in the military, but that was our job to protect the soldiers there. And we trained. The terrain there was so similar to Afghanistan. You could go out into the mountains, and they had all these simulated Taliban towns set up for training. And we
I heard about it, but we never went over there.
Yeah, help the new soldiers. Train simulated medevac training, and it was actually kind of neat.
When I shipped out, Ron, we literally shipped out 2 weeks after I finished all my training.
Really?
So as soon as I finished Raven School, we was on a plane 2 weeks later, headed to Uzbek.
Yeah.
Hell, K2 ain't even there anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what kind of training we were doing at White Sands, New Mexico?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm betting it was highly classified though.
Yeah, urban suppression, and desert training and etc. So, yeah. Hey, how about them drones, Joe?
Oh, by the way, has anybody seen they finally came out with a price point for the Sony Airpeak that I've been watching?
$15K for the standard drone, right?
Well, $9K without the camera.
Okay, 9. So 15 with the camera,
Yeah, something like that.
or with the gimbal. Does it come with a gimbal? I don't even
I
think,
think
it
with
comes
the camera and gimbal and everything, it goes up to 15.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is where Uncle Chris Hope gonna have to step up. He's gonna have to buy that one for me because I can't afford that one.
Airpeak?
No,
What is
that
that Airpeak?
Sony drone for $15K.
You're just SOL, nephew.
Is
So,
it
Adrian, what's your favorite drone right now? Which one?
The FPV.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So, Adrian, when you come to South Dakota, which one you bringing?
FPV, Mavic 2 Pro, Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
Air 2. No, I'm saying the Autel Evo 2. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, because I'm gonna.
Off-tail's been a mess lately.
Hey, Ron,
Everybody says off-tail, I just start laughing.
hey, Ron, I'm gonna strap your big ass to that damn goggle for you to fly that damn drone. Trust me, when I first seen it, I hated it, but then when I flew that one launch drone, I loved it, man. I was like,
How are
damn,
you liking that hand controller, Adrian?
it is something different, man. It's something they get used to. I'm still trying to master the little movement. I mean, I think I got it packed down, but it's real touchy. You know what I mean?
That would worry me.
It's really touchy, like it's real sensitive.
Yeah, that's why I would be kind of leery about using that.
Yeah, Chris, hope I'm not in love with it. I mean, it works.
You'll be like Goose in the back seat of the Maverick.
Chris, does it look good for your sunrise flight?
I'm sorry, Ray.
Does your weather look good for your sunrise flight?
Yep.
All right, good.
Probably won't be no clouds, just all sun. So
Looking forward to it.
yeah,
I
it's
can't
early.
catch anything but clouds here lately.
Y'all, I know Johnny said this morning that little tropical depression come in there about where he lives, and it's coming up through towards y'all.
Yeah.
Mike, you and Dennis Lovelace in Georgia, up through that part of the world.
Plus, even before that tropical depression came through, it's been storming almost every single day.
We're
Yeah,
supposed to have
Dennis Lovelady's going to beat you here. He's coming in 4 weeks. He's bringing all his toys with him.
He's going to ride a scooter.
I mean, I think that'll be enough, right, Ron? Or do I need to bring more?
I think that'll be plenty.
Yeah. Ryan wanted to take you in his little side by side, not his pickup through the mountain.
But see, he want to go ahead and get me in that damn that go-kart.
Well, you remember,
He's trying to throw me out of the go-kart. Not have fun with it.
you got a top Art because he made
Just remember.
Art made Ron smile.
Yeah. But keep in mind, he did because he grabbed it. I'm gonna squeeze the hell out of it, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I know what you're gonna be squeezing.
Hey, Ron, just remember, if anything big comes out on y'all, like bears or anything, shoot the weakest one, aka Adrian. Shoot him in the kneecap. Get yourself out, man.
Just remember, Adrian, I'm a trained professional.
Yeah, you don't have to be the fastest. You just can't be the slowest.
Oh, I won't.
And that scares the shit out of me too, Ron, because I'm sure you probably got something up your sleeve. Exactly.
Why would you ever think that, Adrian?
Sorry, but I'm too pretty to be carefree.
I can't wait to see the videos coming out of South Dakota. They probably gonna be a burn ban started by the time he shows up.
I am too pretty to be a freaking bare feed.
When you going up there to see him, Adrian? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I know.
They're not going to eat you,
He was
Adrian.
petrified. He was really petrified.
The look on his face.
Art said he was going. Art said if you look to his right, there ain't nothing there.
There's a big drop off.
He said it was a big drop off, and that's why he was so scared.
Yeah, it's like North Carolina, man. You go driving, we ride a motorcycle through the mountains there. You look to the side. One side is mountain, and the other side, nothing. Nothing.
I'll tell you what, we went when we used to go to West Virginia. I would watch these. They build these, take these trailers and hang them off the damn side of a mountain. They'd have like telephone poles going down for stilts, and the front end of the trailer would be on the mountain, and the rest of it would just be hanging off with like these telephone poles holding it up underneath. Yeah,
Like California, they have those stilt houses, and then they cry when something happens. And you're like, "Well, what'd you think was gonna happen?"
My luck, my bedroom would be on the end, hanging off the side of the mountain, and some shit would happen, and I'd be riding down that bitch. Nah,
That don't make no sense to me.
Throw one hand up in the air and give her the spurs.
So I'm going to mention something about drones. Well, what does everybody think about the whole Autel situation where they had a chip shortage? So when they come up with the new smart controller, it's only going to work on the first gen Evo 2s. And then they're going to start producing Evo 2s with a new chip. And they're going to make another smart controller for that Evo 2.
You got to buy another one.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I'm
if you get
talking
the first gen Evo 2, and you have a smart controller. Let's say you want the second gen for some reason. I don't know why, but your smart controller won't work. You'd have to get another smart controller. None of that makes any sense to me. How did number one, they're lying through their teeth. I know exactly why. This happened.
Like Chris just said, it's all about this.
Yep.
It's a little bit about that, but it's actually about where they were buying their chips.
That
Hey,
too.
It's
Adrian,
the funniest story I've heard in a long time, and it's true.
It's all about
Ron.
No, it's where they're
I
buying
just
their
sent
chips.
I just sent you another link. Play about halfway through that video is that area. The whole video is 59 seconds long.
that.
But it shows an aerial view where that was at.
I didn't realize how dependent we were on this chip line.
No, it's bullshit. Let's put it like that.
The Chevrolet house, the Ford house, and the Dodge house where I live. All their used vehicles are in their new car slots because they don't have any on the lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's insane.
And if you own a vehicle that's 6 months old, they're calling you and wanting to buy that back from you for $10,000 more than what you paid for it.
Yeah, they've been bothering
Real.
the hell out of me for my Challenger. Dodge ass. They've been driving me insane. I get emails daily from dealerships around here trying to get my Challenger out.
It's
I'm like, no, man.
You can turn the volume down if you want. But
Yeah, hold on.
But anyway, while he's doing that, the whole chip thing, as far as Autel is concerned, is BS. I don't want to get in trouble, but let's just say they were buying their chips from a company that was on an entity list that was blacklisted. Then they started buying their chips from another company that was blacklisted. So they're like, oh crap. So now they're buying chips from Samsung. So they're waiting on chips from Samsung. But it's just hilarious to me anyway.
This is the one, right, Ron?
yeah, but right towards the end, you'll see the aerial view of that spot. I was just here 3 nights ago. That spot right there.
That would be a scary ride. There's no
It's,
doubt about it.
it's awesome. Right there.
Oh, that ain't that bad.
No.
Yeah, no offense. I was like, that's not that bad.
Hey, Ron, why's all them trees laying down?
Big fire there about 10 years ago.
Okay.
They were tired.
They were tired.
They were tired trees. I wonder if they made a sound if nobody was there. Oh, that was
Yeah.
quick.
That's a good video, Ron. I watched it the other night.
It's a really cool. I was just up there with my friends in Pennsylvania that come to visit. They totally loved it.
That would be a scary ride, even for me. Yeah.
How you doing, Steve Carpenter? Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Brother Steve. Hello,
What's up,
Brother
Steve?
Steve Carter.
You doing, Steve?
Hey, man. How you doing, Mr. Bonger JL? But yeah, man, that's the one where Art was actually scared. He thought he was going to fall right in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Art was nervous. He said he was scared to death.
Yeah. But when you spend your life that low to the ground, you get around heights, you're probably more sensitive.
Yep. Is that true? Is that true, Adrian?
I mean, if you're talking about Ron nipples almost blinding me, then yeah, I
Is
think
that why?
yeah.
Is that why you got Urkel glasses on tonight?
No, these are my prescription glasses.
Did I do that? Hey, big guy.
You look kind of like little Urkel in that.
Let's polka.
Well, Schwab.
Mm-mm.
All right, Adrian.
Hey, Rocket's in the house. Hey, Rocket.
Say good
Hey,
night.
Rocky White. Hey, Rocky White. I see you.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
You too, Ray.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Thank you for the
Great.
invitation, everybody.
Hey, Rocky White. I send you your link if you want to join for a minute, man. So, talking about the Autel Evo 2, I mean, are we gonna have any issues when it comes to the 2? You know what I mean, as far as the app not being able to fly or anything, because the price has came down significantly, man.
Is that crazy? How the price came down?
I mean,
I was like,
the price came down
$500.
$300-$500, like just that quick.
So what's the issue with these chips?
Okay, long and the short of it is, I'm checking the comments. Okay, yeah, they were buying chips from ZTE, who was banned. Then they were buying chips from Huawei, banned. You know, so I don't know who made this determination, but they went, "Ah, crap, we got to do something."
They were banned in the U.S. or
Yes,
what the hell?
ZTE and Huawei have both been banned. And Autel is trying to get in with the government, you know, because they're a semi-American company, but they're not really. They're a Chinese company, but they're trying to get in for American contracts, right? As far as what police, you know, and fire and et cetera, they're trying to be that company. You know what I mean? So with their new, you know, their infrared camera drone, and they want to get in that SARS money, you know, but you can't, government agencies can't use companies that buy their components from blacklisted companies. You know what I mean? Period.
Does that kind of fall in the same lines that whole thing with DJI? What was that, 6 months ago?
Right. But it wasn't just DJI. The federal government grounded all drones made in China. Period.
Really?
For use by federal contractors. That's how Skydio got that big contract, because they're assembled in the U.S. So, you know, all government contractors, all government agencies had to immediately stop using Chinese-made drones. Period.
Wow.
You know, so, and that's Autel's problem, because they want to get in on that, you know, that government money, but technically, because where they buy their chips, they couldn't be used by any government agencies. Period. So they're like, crap. So that's why they're doing this. They're starting to buy their chips from Samsung. You know, there is a chip shortage. I'm not trying to say there isn't, but some of these companies are using it for a convenient excuse to cover other problems. Let's just say, you know, other things. So,
Chris, you were saying like the same thing with cars. Like I noticed people were saying like it's hard to get a rental car right now.
Well, COVID caused rental cars to disappear because they sold them all.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, during last year, no one going anywhere, no flights. Rental cars didn't need the rental cars; they sold them, and now they can't get them back because of this chip shortage. Because the GPS and all that stuff works off this chip in these cars.
right.
I got a Chevrolet house over here in town that always has new 21. Every new vehicle that comes out, they've got a lot full. Always have. They've got used Fords, used Dodges, Jeeps, used Buicks sit there out there in their new truck parking lot today.
Really? Wow.
And it's not just them; it's everywhere. Even the big guys up in the Metroplex. I've been watching the last month or so. They're dragging their used shit over there and putting it out there for sale in their new stock because there's nothing. And I've had a company truck ordered since January for one of our guys, a new 3/4 ton, and they said 38 weeks in January.
Yep. We're 8 weeks out waiting for another truck. We're like 2 months out.
And they're talking about shipping it without the radio in it.
Yeah, it's sitting in Kentucky right now. Our truck is.
Yeah.
In the metro, in the speedway. It's sitting on the speedway in Kentucky right now.
I seen that picture on Facebook or on the internet last week.
Yep, that's where our truck is.
Thousands of 21 sitting in Kentucky Race Speedway, I think it's called.
Yep.
This little chip apparently is pretty important. It's too important for the United States to produce them, so we depend on somebody else to do it. I don't get it.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. There's like 3 things that Orange Man Bad used to say that I 100% agreed with. Border security, making stuff in the United States, in America first. Those are the 3 main things that I 100% agreed with, period. I don't care who said it. If Satan popped up right now in my living room and said, make stuff in the U.S., border security, and America first, I'd shake his hand, okay? Because I don't care who says it. I agree with that 100%. And that's something they espoused. And the bottom line is we should have been doing that all along.
Oh,
when we couldn't get masks, when all our pharmaceuticals are made overseas, when we have critical items made anywhere but the United States, it's just stupid. Anyone that signs off on that is an idiot. It's dumb. It's just incredibly dumb.
Hey, Lon, have you been tracking any of the new developments they're doing with graphene to make chips and stuff?
Hey, Rocket White.
With I'm sorry, with what?
Hey, Rocket.
Graphene.
Graphene?
Graphene.
Oh, graphene.
I didn't even notice that was there.
No, but I'm waiting for those graphene batteries, though.
They're starting to do a lot of stuff. They're talking about even being able to use graphene to make better hard drives.
I haven't followed. I've been focused on the graphene batteries. So that's going to be a game changer.
Oh yeah, it definitely will. But they finally researched enough to be able to develop graphene a lot cheaper now. They're getting to that point where they can make it more affordable. Whereas before, it was taking millions of dollars to make, microscopic amounts of graphene. It's not as hard. They've refined the process to create it now. So hopefully that'll be something coming up shortly.
Right. It's like everything, it's like Gorilla Glass. It's like whatever it is. It's super hard to make this, that, and the other. But then there's a demand for it, they figure out how to make it. I don't care if we're talking ceramic. I don't care if we're talking gasoline. I don't care. Gasoline used to be relatively expensive. Poor people couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? Because of what it costs compared to what they make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might have been 10 cents a gallon, but if you make, 10 cents a day, you know what I mean? That's a lot of money to you. So it's just all about scale. It's all about scale. So it's going to be interesting. I'm waiting for the graphene batteries. That's going to turn the drone industry on its head.
Oh, yeah.
2 and 3 hour flight drones. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Rocket White, what's up?
How you doing, Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, man. What's up? How you doing, bro?
Which
Hey, Steve Carpenter, send you your link if you want to join in, buddy. Go ahead, Chris Hope.
Which Autel Evo 2 are y'all looking at? That's come down so much in price. I'm on Best Buy's website. Autel Evo 2 Pro 6K is $17.99.
Oh.
There's an Evo 2 Pro K rugged bundle for $2,095.
Yeah, and those that you're looking at, Chris, they were actually higher in price before. They actually went down.
And here's an Altel Evo 2 8K plus for $15.95.
No, I don't want to disagree with you, Adrian, but I think they've gone back up. The way I hear it, this is the story. They went way down for a while, and now they're back up because they're selling version 2s now. But I don't know that for a fact. I don't know that for a fact because I don't follow Altel like that. This was just a rant that I picked up from somebody that's deep into it. You know what I mean? It's a distributor, and they just went on and on about it. I'm like, oh my God, Altel sent them a presentation and stuff, you know, about what happened and this, that, and the other. So,
Okay.
yeah, all the distributors are up in arms about it, I guess, or whatever. It's like, but no, they were down. The 6K was down to like what, Adrian, $1,400–$1,500.
Yeah.
It was like 13 something actually for a minute there. They were giving it away there for a minute. Well, giving it away relatively.
Well, not giving it away literally, but they were like the price was way cheaper.
Go
Yeah.
to Adrian's, you can get it for nothing.
Yeah. You catch some bullets at Adrian's house, you go rolling in, think you're going to get something for free.
Damn right, you sure would.
Adrian's
Damn
strapped,
right.
baby.
Is it
God,
arm's
give me
length?
that.
It's at arm's length right now, isn't it, Adrian?
No, not really.
Oh, I'm hurt.
Chris, I haven't heard you mention one thing about the daughter yet tonight.
No, I talked to her earlier, and we're all good, Ron. I didn't want to hurt Adrian's feelings in that. No, he's not saying anything.
Wait. Hold on. First of all, for a second, I had a dumb blind moment. Now, what did you just say, Chris Holt?
Ron asked me why I hadn't said anything about your daughter tonight, and I said, well, I'd already took care of that earlier because I didn't want to get on here and hurt your feelings tonight.
One of these days, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Why die? One of these days, I'm gonna whoop your bald head ass.
That's about where you'll meet me.
One of these days. One of these days.
One of these
Right in the
days,
kitchen.
it'll soon be all over.
Oh, let's see.
Hey, Steve.
How you doing, buddy?
Good
Happy-
evening, gentlemen. How are
Happy-
y'all?
Happy Father's Day, Mr. Steve-O.
Yes, happy pre-Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Thank you,
sir.
man. You too, bud.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Which reminds me, I need to go over here and make a change on my YouTube channel for in the morning.
Oh, I thought you said for your yeast infection. What? What the fuck? What?
So are you guys gonna start solve the problem and start manufacturing chips back there in Florida and Texas now?
Sure, why not?
We
You
might
know,
as well start doing it.
This is going back probably 30 years ago. There was a good size, they were a medium to large size electrical contractor here in Southern California. They built here in California, and then they went back to Texas and they started building a chip plant. It was some of the cleanest clean rooms for chip manufacturing, and they built it for a private contractor. And then that private contractor was subbing, I don't want to see myself full screen, leasing those rooms out to the chip manufacturers. And they were making a killing. And and the big thing is the failure rate was like maybe at 5% versus, when they first went to, overseas. I mean, the failure rate was almost at 80%. It was
Anybody
insane.
remember a little company called Texas Instruments?
Yeah,
You know,
I had
remember a little company called Intel? That
I had
used
the TI-99. I had a TI-99 calculator that was this big.
You have the Scientific? Yeah, baby. I still got one somewhere. That thing weighed like 5 pounds, I swear to God.
Yeah,
But yeah,
cost
it's
an
just-
arm and a leg too.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends. I know I heard you guys talking. I don't want to bring anything back up, but that was one of the things. We just bought some new furniture and some new outdoor patio furniture. And I waited for it's a gentleman across the street from us, so I'm buying locally. And like the outdoor patio is that polycarbonate wood. It's made in upstate New York, and a little more expensive, but you know what? A 15-year warranty on all the mechanisms as far as the rocker and the sliders on the chairs and everything like that comes in with that for 15 years. What manufacturer out there gives you that kind of warranty?
Yeah. We have a company that makes that planking that's made out of what plastic or whatever, and you can make it. You can build your deck out of it or whatever. And it's supposed to last forever.
The tech wood.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a local factory.
This is polycarbonate, and if you get the brown, it almost looks like teak. It almost looks like teak wood, unless you were to go up there and look at it close. It's totally different than what you'd be used to, because we were able to get the top of the table, which is going to be gray, which will match more of our house color, but then the base is going to be almost like a navy blue base. You actually can pick the colors, top, bottom, and then the same thing with the chairs and everything. And then, of course, being here by the coast, that Sombrella, fabric to get in, so like the sling chairs, makes it comfortable, and you can just hose it down and you're done.
Steve, are you still doing your sunrise or sunsets?
Sunset, the clouds have been prohibiting that.
The one now?
Clouds, coastal.
Oh, okay.
Like for us here today on the coast, we were probably at about 72 degrees, and just inland by 40 miles, not even. Say if you were even to go 15 miles inland, it was probably 85. You go in a little further to where my my daughter and her family came in. We came down for pizza tonight.
Yeah.
93 degrees in Corona. So it's like Ron would know where that's at. But yeah, a huge difference. We've had this in cloud layer that just coming in and out and in and out, but I'll take that instead of the heat.
Yeah, here in Florida, I haven't really been able to fly, and Mike also said that in Georgia it's pretty much the same way too. We've been getting storms and rain and all kind of nasty weather.
It's been storming almost every single day.
Yeah, I saw that on the weather reports, and the same way in Texas too. Oklahoma, they've been getting a lot of rain there.
They've been getting some pretty nasty tornadoes in the Midwest lately. Past few days.
Had one close here tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I've been hearing about that, Ron.
West Georgia has tornado watches going on right now.
Oh, that's scary.
Just over past Valdosta area. They've got a bunch of tornado watches going on.
Damn it, man. Good night, Bob Casey. I'll see you later, man. Have a great
Hey.
evening, sir.
Hey,
Nah,
Steve,
Bob.
All right, Bob.
For all this stormy weather we've been getting, I downloaded a new app called Radar Omega.
Mhm.
Dude, that shit's badass. It costs about $9 for the app, but it's like a one-time you purchase it and then you have it. But as far as Radar app goes, shit's pretty good.
this was two weeks ago here.
Ron.
Yes, Tomas.
Nice.
Oh, that's crazy. What a photo, though.
That was 2 weeks ago here.
And
That's a
that,
hell of a picture.
that looks almost like an A-bomb went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, I sent you a message on what I dealt with today. You got to read that
You did?
Yeah, read it
just
silent.
now.
Text or message? Oh, I just got it.
Yep. We weren't discussing it on here, but is that one of the Cheweenies, or what do you call them?
This is Molly.
Molly.
Molly girl.
Hey Ron, I just sent you a message. I'm curious now.
Oh. You sent me an instant message?
On
Oh
Facebook,
my
yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
that is insane.
Yeah.
I hope you got hazard. I hope you got hazard pay today, Ron.
Yeah, Tomas, you spotted it. Here's looking at you, my friend, from the U.S. across the pond to Ireland, a bit of your wonderful spirits.
Mike, I didn't get it.
Really?
Oh,
Look in your spam folder.
Hey, Ron.
yeah.
Now, how the hell did that happen? You ain't got no feeling. What the?
It's from what they call peripheral neuropathy.
Yeah. You lose your
It
feeling
was
in
actually
your
a C.
lower extremities.
Lower extremities, you just, yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is that the dog ate it, pretty much. Holy crap!
Well, a lot of that too comes from diabetic neuropathy too.
Yep.
You lose the. I'm starting to get it. I've had diabetes for 43 years, and how many years? 43. Got to think about it now. Maybe even longer than that. Long time, and I'm starting to get
Hey,
the numbness to it.
That's Father's Day, buddy.
How are you, FSU Grado 03? How you doing, man?
Happy Father's Day to you.
Messenger, Mike, doesn't have a spam
Father's Day,
folder,
buddy.
does it?
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Where the hell's that?
Yeah, I'd like to know because I'd like to put a few people in there.
If you hold down on a message on your phone, it'll give you the option to ignore it, spam it. Hey Ron, I just changed my Facebook settings. If you look me up, you can send me a friend request. It'll show up then. I had my Facebook locked down for a little while.
Adrian, I hate to leave, man, but I can get up. I gotta get up early in the morning.
All right, buddy. Good night. Thank you for coming in, man.
Oh, you bet. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy
Brother,
Father's Day, Chris. You gonna fly in the morning?
I'm gonna fly in the morning. Yeah, I gotta get up at 5 to get to where I'm going by 6.
I got a text from Rodney with the link to his stream at 4 something this morning. When I got up, I'm going. But you know what's ironic? I woke up at 5 something, like a little after 5. I'm going, why am I awake? If I would have looked at my phone, I would have gone downstairs.
Rick Halber trying to get you out of bed is what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Because Rick was usually in our live streams, and I told him more than once. I said, "Dude, are you going to bed, or are you just staying up late?" And I think he was staying up late.
He was always on there. I could not believe being on West Coast time.
On the East Coast sunrise.
I could probably on my 10 fingers I would say probably be the times until he started getting ill, the times that he maybe missed it because he was always on.
That's true. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll catch y'all tomorrow somewhere, guys. Y'all have a good night. Have a good Father's Day. Enjoy it.
Thank you,
You
sir.
too,
Hey,
sir.
Chris.
You bet.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye-bye.
You came in late again, Steve. I've been sending you your link, man.
I got your link earlier. You sent it at 3:47.
Yeah, you send you my link. You just never
I know
jumped.
you do, and if I can come on, and then I was going to come on, but you weren't live last week, and that's when you came on my stream because you couldn't go live.
Yeah. Because again, like I was saying, is my internet, and then with the storm, it just started messing up. I'm not even at home right now. That's why my feed just look a lot better, than when I'm normally home.
I was going to ask you where you're at because those curtains don't look familiar.
Yeah, I'm over here by my girlfriend's house. How you doing, Marcel? How you doing, Robert?
How is she, by the way?
Doing great. That tummy is coming along pretty good.
Good to hear.
So you're using her for her good Wi-Fi.
It's funny you say that because she keeps saying I'm only using her to steal her internet. I mean, if you think about it, yes, I will actually be a little whore to steal her internet. Yes, I would. If you want to put it that way, I'll be a little whore.
Hello, Marcel.
Hey, Rocket White, I don't know what's going on with your service, man, but it looks pretty bad.
We got to get him a microphone and a headset too.
Yeah. Hey, Rocket White, you look pretty bad, but you keep cutting in and out.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I just commented on your first picture on your profile, so you can find mine. Because it wouldn't let me send you a friend request for some reason.
It
Really?
does, Ronnie, doesn't it? It looks pretty good in the background.
Hell, it just started thundering here.
Really? Well, how far are you from your place to her place, Adrian?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Hour and a half, yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Ways.
It is a little ways, yeah.
Well, how you been?
Doing pretty good, man. Just working, hanging in there.
That's good. It
Same
could be
old,
a lot worse not working
it
and
could
not
be,
hanging in.
yep,
Oh,
be a lot worse.
there you go, Mike.
You're right about that. Things could actually be worse, but it's not.
Yeah.
Hey,
You sound
I
better
have to
now.
make 1,000 mistakes before I get on.
There you go. You're
I've
back.
got to make at least 1,000 mistakes before I get it right.
Well, this is the number one
How
right
you doing,
mistake then. How are you, sir?
I think
How's
you got
life,
a lag.
guys?
Are you listening to the stream in the background? Because you seem to have a lag.
How you doing, Adrian? We'll wait and
Rocket,
see if it catches up.
turn off your YouTube
Story of
sound
my
and
life.
listen to the sound on StreamYard. Turn off your YouTube
Who
sound.
said rocket?
I did. Turn off your YouTube stream and only listen to the StreamYard audio. You're
Well, I'm
listening
not on
to the
YouTube right now.
delay.
Okay, well, let me see what we can do here.
Can you hear me now?
What is this, a Verizon commercial?
He's got his volume on his YouTube.
Yeah, and it just keep messing up and just keep going in and out.
So how long you on shift for, Ron?
Oh,
Till tomorrow morning at 8, and then off tomorrow 24. Work Monday 24. Work Tuesday night. Go home Wednesday morning.
Holy shit, Ron.
That's a light shift.
Well, I've been here since Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a light shift.
Yeah,
How you feeling? You finally recovered?
I'm getting there. You know, I noticed this morning I think I still got something going on with my lungs. I went out and walked a couple miles today, but I just could feel the congestion still.
I'm going to send you a link to a video. It is a long-ass video. I'm going to send you a short link and a long link. One is only 15 to 18 minutes. The other one is a 3-hour interview with 3 doctors. Well, actually, one's a year engineer, but the one is a genetic RNA vaccine designer, and the other one is a doctor in biology. And I'll tell you what, if they didn't hit the nail on the head on this video, and it's already being pulled off all over the place, but I downloaded it before it's been stripped off from YouTube. Big problems. They're talking hundreds of thousands of young kids having heart problems and everything else. And what are we doing still trying to push this stuff out? And
They're also talking about sterilizing the younger generation with it too.
Yeah. And the other thing is unfortunately people like you that had it, you got the vaccine, then you got the second vaccine, you had all those complications. Those complications are, I think, are what's causing this. And the other thing is all these people, and I forgot to bring it up to my stepdaughter tonight. She's been having severe migraine headaches. That is the other problem, is severe migraine headaches.
My partner is the same way.
Now, one of my friends here in town got the vaccine. First round, she was running a 102, 103 fever. She just got the second one. It was up to 106, 107.
What?
I told her, I was like, you need to get to the freaking ER now. Get that temperature down before you start causing brain damage and a whole bunch of other shit you don't want to
brain
deal
damage
with.
was occurring at 105.
Now, I got a question for you guys. I got my first dose of Pfizer on May 10th. And yesterday, I just got my second dose. Friday, my second dose of the Pfizer. And I haven't had any kind of issues. I feel great.
Good for you.
I didn't take the Moderna that you took, Ron. I took the Pfizer because I've already been told that the Pfizer is better than, than the other ones.
I'm just a firm believer based on statistics, present company included, the Moderna has caused the most side effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one, and also the Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson making people even worse.
Johnson & Johnson one actually got pulled in Georgia for a while.
Yeah.
Good evening, Chris.
See you later, Chris. Thank you for coming in.
Chris is here.
Oh, I thought, okay.
Sunrise Media.
Into you. Mike said that they shot some sugar water into me. They probably did. It hurt like crap, though. My arm still hurt like a son of a gun.
Well, Linda just had like a real low-grade fever, which is typical for a vaccine, a low-grade fever, and it kind of a little achy in the arm and stuff for a day for the first one. Second one, like I told Ron, she was home for 3 days from it. But Ron, that was the big thing, is these people are that have had it and then getting the vaccine, that is the worst thing to do. Your body can't handle it.
Yeah, they offered it to me and I was like, look, I already had it. I'm not going to play around with the vaccine now.
Go take the antibody test. I mean, even CVS here, our local pharmacy, if you paid for it out of pocket, most insurance companies will cover it.
Here's the thing.
$25 for the test. You can just go in there
when you donate blood, they're automatically doing it and they're letting you know.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I just donated blood.
Well, that's smart. I can't do it. Well, I haven't been able to do it since I turned diabetic. So,
but I'm OPAS, so they always want my blood anyway.
You are OPAS? Wow.
Yeah.
You know, one of the wildest stories you talk about that with blood. A friend of mine I went to high school with, his dad.
Dick. You're nothing but a dick. That's what you are. You damn dick.
It's love, Adrian. It's love. He was AB negative. This is going back. I mean, this is going way back. This is my friend's father. He was in the Navy. He was a corpsman. But being here, the Navy corpsmen were on Camp Pendleton here in California for the Marine Corps station. Out of the 38,000 people in that base at that time, 2 people had AB negative. He's in his bunk, and who else has the AB negative? The guy above him. What are the chances of that? that day on, they made contact. They have never mislinked. Unfortunately, he's passed away now, but they were always in touch in case of an emergency of somebody they know of that needed AB negative.
Damn. I
The,
do
the,
know.
the
I do
shitty
know-
part about with me is I can give blood to pretty much anybody,
Yeah,
but I can only get O-pos.
yeah.
I do know that when it comes to the first shot that I got, I mean, it was, it felt fine. You know what I mean? No problem. But when they gave me the second shot again Friday, that one hurt like crap. That first one did not hurt whatsoever. Like a little bit, pinch. That second one, man, it almost felt like it reached the freaking bone, and then it hurt like a motherfucker. When they inserted, you know what I mean, that thing in there.
That was the person giving you the vaccination that caused that.
Yeah.
Rod knows that one.
they were like, "Urgh." Let's stab him hard.
Oh, you're Adrian? Oh, Ron Lockwood called us.
I think that's what it was, because I told her, because the guy did it the first time and he was gentle, you know what I mean? Damn, this lady, man, I mean, she just went like, this is her, she just went like, just chopped it right in and there. Like, what? I looked at her like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what? I'm looking at my granddad's old dog tags because I pulled them down. I don't think they have his blood type on here.
What?
Unless it is the A up here.
Hold on.
Oh,
Unless it's the A right by my finger.
yeah, it is. That's old dog tags.
That's World War II, man.
Yeah. That's what it is. A.
Because mine are totally set up different. Let's see.
Well,
let me block this one part out.
Yeah, because your social security number's on there.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hold on. Uh-oh.
Right above where my finger is, it'll say O positive, but it's hard to see.
Can you bring it a little? There you go. We just saw it.
Yeah. But yeah, I had to block out the social.
Yeah. I was gonna say, don't bring up yours.
No.
I can't believe they put the social on the dog tag.
That's your serial number now.
Okay.
That was clear back when I was back in the 70s. It wasn't even before that. During the late 60s, they started
Let's see.
doing the
Granddad just has a. Granddad just has a serial number.
Yeah.
It isn't even enough numbers to be a social.
No, it isn't. You were issued a number.
I wonder what you might know this, Steve. What's the T43 through 44?
I'm not sure of that.
Let's see.
Oh,
See
I
where
can
it
see
says
it.
T43 through 44 after the serial number?
I don't know what that is.
Would that be the years he was in?
You wouldn't have the through because it would have been the year that you started because they don't know when it's going to end.
Even if he was drafted?
Yeah, but if you're drafted, you would have been there unknown during the war.
Would that be tetanus?
How old was he? Do you know?
He went in from the beginning. He was there for the whole war.
Well, if he went in 44, there was none because I know I don't have my dad's here in front of me because
I'm wondering if that T was for a tetanus shot, though.
Oh, that? No, I don't think so.
I'll have to Google that and find out what that would mean.
And Adrian, just for future, you got to find the right nurse, buddy. I went to the first one, and I said, "How you doing?" And I went back to the same place, and same three nurses were there, and I went right back to her.
And you look lovely today.
You know what? Hey, Adrian, and I'm sure Steve can verify this. Be glad they didn't give it to you with the gun.
Yeah.
Guns were good. We had a mass vaccination that we had to do when I was going through med school at Shepherd Air Force Base. They broke 2 petri dish cultures of typhoid on our base. The lab technicians, 2 of them started coming down with the symptoms. They immediately sent off to get vaccines coming in. It all came in. And I'll tell you what, a typhoid vaccination is one you don't want to get.
No, you don't.
Your arm will feel like a piece of concrete for a minimum of a week. And I had that when I went to a survival camping school, if anybody's heard of this before, called Outward Bound. And it was up in Minnesota because of the mosquitoes. I went over there, and you had to take the 2-shot strain of it. And I had that done. So when we were going through, we were doing by guns. We had to vaccinate 33,000 people in 1 week. And it was like boom, boom, boom. Of course, I'm going, no, I've already been vaccinated. Well, you got to have proof. Called my mom and dad up saying, please send me a copy of my vaccine shots. The last day before I was getting ready to vaccine in the afternoon, that morning mail came in. My get out of jail card came in. I didn't have to take it. But I'll tell you what, if you do it right, the guns are good. They are. They hurt less. If you know what you're doing.
I've always heard horror stories about the guns.
It's because people don't know what they're doing with them.
Well, either that or whoever's getting the vaccine decides to flinch or move, and then it shreds your arm.
Hey, good night, Welsh Rob. I'll see you later, man. Rigor Mortis, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in. And Mike, this is something that Arizona Drone Dude went ahead and put here regarding what you were just showing about the T on the.
Okay, that was tetanus dates.
And also the blood type, he was saying.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Tetanus date. Yeah, the Army serial number, that I know.
Yeah, I knew that part.
It was for tetanus.
Yeah. I mean, with the T, that was the only thing I could think that would make sense for World War II.
Yeah.
Tetanus toxoid. Huh. That's pretty cool.
And it's a shame because the guns, because I remember going through, I'm trying to remember which flu vaccination that it was, back in the late 60s, they were given us by guns at our school.
Well, Adrian, I think I'm going to call it a night, buddy. It's been a long day.
I was just about to say that because you're looking like your eyes are about to shut down before your brain does.
Yep. So, yeah, it's been an interesting day.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
To say the least.
I mean, that had to be kind of a freaking eyesore. See somebody with half chewed up, whatever, and you telling me you didn't even feel it. That would be like, how in the hell did you not see it either?
Yeah. And with blood alcohol, 400.
Yeah. Anyway,
we had a guy come in not that long ago, and they said his blood alcohol was about 250, 300. And they were like, yeah, it's pretty much sober for him.
Mm-hmm. Some people walk around like that every day.
Yeah.
Were there any numbers after that T?
43 and 44.
All right, then he had his tetanus shot between 1943 and 1944. Those are dates.
Okay, thanks. That's what I was kind of figuring it was.
Yeah, those are dates. So it's probably 4 for October, or it might be the year because I don't remember. But I did my service in 1968.
Thank you for your service, Rocket White.
Yes, sir.
I do want to go ahead and thank
Rocket. What's your name? Your first name?
Rocket.
Is it? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. First time you ever thanked me for my name.
No, thank you for letting us know. Thank
Yeah,
you for thank
Rocky,
you for
need
letting
to
us
get
know.
yourself a set of headsets or a headphone, earplugs.
I hear better without it. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, but
Yeah.
you seem like you're holding your ear right up to your phone or whatever.
Yeah, I wear hearing aids.
Oh,
And put on the earphones and you don't, it's too weird.
oh,
Headphones to encapsulate over the top of it, and then you can control it with the volume with your hearing aid.
Yeah, I got to get some of those big ones.
Over the ear headphones,
Yeah.
and that way you can control it with your hearing aid, and also the volume on your computer coming out of it, or your phone, whatever you're using.
Yeah, we'll have to try that next.
All right. Well, I do want to go ahead and thank all of you guys for coming in. Ron, Steve, Rocket White, Big Mike, Lon, everybody that came in, everybody in the chat. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Thank you so much for a great show, but I'm about to call it a night as well.
Same here.
It's about to be midnight here in the state of Florida, and I am tired.
What, is it my cologne or what?
Say that again, Rocket.
I just got here and you're ready to leave. Is it my cologne or?
Well, it's something like that. And also your crappy internet, because you keep going in and out, in and out, in and out.
all right,
Yeah, that's
Adrian.
me. I've got to make 1,000.
All right. Well, thank you again, Big Ron. I'll see you later, man.
All right,
Steve,
buddy.
Rocket, Big
See you
Mike,
guys.
everybody in the chat, everybody that came in. Happy Father's Day. Love you guys, and thank you all for your service, man. Great show.
All right, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Y'all have a
Happy
good one.
Father's
Very
Day
good,
to all
guys.
the dads out there.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody.
Happy-
All right, guys.
Okay,
I'll see
bye-bye.
Thank you,
All right, brother.
Adrian.